Hello? Y'all can hear me good. I'm gonna turn y'all down so y'all don't get like I should turn this down so you guys don't get absolutely cooked on audio. And yes, y'all YouTube knows what's going on first before I let everyone else know. Alright, I get Castro Labs. To you and I just want that new do this right. I can just take my time. Uh, Okay, so I'm live on Twitch and YouTube now. So hi YouTube and Twitch chat. Uh Now I'm about to stream on TikTok and everything should be fine. I think my audio setup should be roughly here. We'll figure it out eventually. Uh and then yeah. Something to hold now. I'm alone. Yeah. I just want your heart. Da, Alrighty. Back in the dorm and we go. All right, so open terminal, we're gonna be using open code today. We're gonna be vibe coding a whole lot. Reason being that I have a hackathon that's supposedly supposed to be ending tomorrow at 2 p.m. and it's 1 p.m. and we're fucking cooked. So we'll make the demo video. We'll finish up the last little couple of features and we'll get that done. How's it going now, PU? Uh, I'm doing good. I just moved back into the dorm. I had a crazy ass weekend, like this entire weekend. I was like out partying and stuff. So yeah, my sleep is like absolutely wrecked. So it is what it is. We're just living life right now. Yes, I know. Comp sci major and going outside. Crazy work. Let's make sure the audio is not too loud. We should be fine. How's it going, Doobie? All right. I opened my terminal before I opened cursor. That's how you know I'm like I've entered full vibe coding mode, bro. Fucking hell. All right, let's pull from origin. We should be fine. I made a lot of changes during the weekend on Icarus, specifically on the fact that you're able to import match data now, which is absolutely a freaking godsend. Where's where's that at? Okay, there. Cursor took like forever to open. I thought I was like becoming delusional. I have a clicker and itch.io fire. Fine, Tony, you're finally back. Yes, yes. I'm finally gonna be back to a normal schedule because I've rescheduled my life because I'm back in college now. So yeah. Main.dart, and then we should get this going. Almost max size as well, and that should be cool. Also, now I actually care about YouTube and Twitch. So no more like second what is it? Second citizen type of stuff. All right, this should be fine. I won't be able to watch too long since I'm in Italy on a school trip. Fire. It's fire even here in the first place. You know what I mean? How's it going, Barcola? All right, let's one thing. So we're gonna be looking at the hackathon project specifically, the category, and the category I'm gonna be in is a comprehensive assistant coach powered by data science and AI. So the data science part is looking kind of chopped, but the AI part is so there. So essentially, what I'm working on right now is refining my project for the hackathon before it's due. It's gonna be due tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. So right now I'm going in and like fixing the issues that I have within it. Wait for it to build and I'll show you guys what I did because I did a lot of progress over the weekend. Design. How big of an impact could they have as a community, a target audience? How creative and unique is project? This project demonstrate quality software development. Does I hope Icarus. I'll show you guys what changes I made to it. Researcher and AI agents and planning. So do any of them play? Oh, Valorant. Okay, finally. Okay, good. I almost lost my mind. All right. Anyways, so this is Icarus, and essentially what I've added is How do I put data science into Icarus? Well, not necessarily data science specifically, but I've added a way to like analyze data from your Valorant matches, which is absolutely crazy. Why did you throw the random Subway Surfer at the bottom of your recent vid? Because that video, I thought it was low-key boring as hell. Cause like I don't know if y'all's attention span would really get that much, so I just put Subway Surfers to catch your attention. If you look at the top right, I had like two Sahur going in the background, just so like there was visual information going. AI LARP and Icarus, yes, literally. So it would be E/projects, blah blah blah. Let's go to even, and then I'll find it through there. Projects, Icarus, and then I'm looking for match.json, import it. All right, look at this. Look at this peak AR LARP right here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me make sure I'm not like messing up your view windows. Give me a second. All right. All right, so you guys should be able to see this. So as you can see, there's something weird about Icarus right now. We have an AI chat bar. Yes. And also we have what is it? We have importing of rounds within Valorant. So this is actually a Valorant game I played. As you can see, I died first because I'm a freaking bum. But as you can see, like it has a full Valorant like match and round replay, and you can use the AI assistant to like ask questions about it. What AI am I using? I'm using Gemini. Gemini 3 Flash or something, or Gemini 3 just in general, because of the fact that it has like image analysis. So essentially what goes on whenever I tell like for example, summarize the rounds kill timings or whatever, what it does is that it goes in to like, I have a bunch of like tools I gave the AI agent. So let me go and look at what I gave it. So it would be an Icarus. Why does it think that the outline should be like the bottom? I don't even know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna show you what's going on in here. All right, so if you go to the AI folder, I have a bunch of tools which I gave it. So it would be this. So some of them are like, for example, taking a screenshot of like the current map. Another one is like, okay, finding the current round. So I give all these like tools to the AI agent to be like, hey, if you want to get information about what's happening on the screen, just use all of these, and then it's able to infer and like make actionable insights on point of that. How did I start programming? Honestly, the way I started was through like game dev. I wanted to make Roblox games, right? So that was like what, 8 years ago, and I essentially just like struggled through game dev. Eventually realized that maybe game dev is not the best thing for me to start out with, because game dev requires like so many disciplines. It's absolutely insane. And so I took like a 2 year break off coding because I didn't just know what to do, right? And then I was like, oh yeah, I want to build an app, and I just like started building apps that I actually use and like going through project based learning. And honestly, it's been like that forever, and I've been like continuously going. Now, bro, 6 to 7 years. Bro, I'm not showing y'all the API key, bro. All right. As you can see, it like has this round was defined by blah, 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 all this stuff, right? And then you're able to like click on certain points on the map, and it shows you exactly what happens, right? Which is pretty cool. So you can do this and do that. I think my current issue with the AI agent in specific is the fact that this text is low-key like small as hell. There's not enough space. So I'm either thinking like, hey, maybe we can get this to be like minimized, or like increase the width of the text box here. That would be cool. So yeah. Did you make this Valorant app? Yes, I did. Um, you're a freshman but have an internship. Yeah, because I went through a program that like you have to apply in your senior year of high school, and then you get an internship in your freshman year. So yeah. How's it going, Vlado? Literally what I did word for word too. Bro did Lua for 2 years. Yeah, bro. Oh my god. When I was doing Roblox Lua, I was a fucking script kiddie so bad, bro. Like I didn't know what a for loop was, bro. I would just like take notes and just be like, this does this, and I'll just write it down, right? So I was like, I was a fucking LARPer through and through. How's it going, Vlado? Okay. Is my internship job remote? No, it's not remote. I'll be going to Seattle this summer, so that would be absolutely fire. I have a bunch of content for that. But yeah. Let's play together, bro. Yo, Mike, I'm so down to play Valorant. I recommend you make it so that the tools part is a nav menu, so you can turn off on which ones you want. When the tools isn't there, the AI is. Ooh, that makes sense. Freaking packet. You know what? Like making it so you can. Oh, you're so right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. This is peak. This might be peak. Okay, so you'd have separate views, but I mean, right now, oh, my brain is not happy with me because yeah, it's very full right now. Yeah, I'm finally making good progress on coding. Fire. Like, what are you working on right now? Because right now, all of the features are done. Now I'm just thinking about like semantics and like how should we get things like looking good. And your opinion of putting this in here is absolutely goated, but something about it is like, oh, it's the. I haven't played this game for a long time. Damn, I should do a Valorant event. Join the Discord server. Join the Discord server. I'll do a Valorant event like in the coming days, like a custom for Valorant. All right, bet. And then let me go back. Alrighty. Okay. You know what? How about we just like do the first part, which is just extending how wide this like freaking like chat window is, and minimizing the text size and all that stuff, and trying to just like dumb it down as much as possible to get much more space for our actions, and then we can figure out like other things as well. So I'm not gonna be doing that. We're gonna have open code do that. So because at this rate, what I want to be working on besides that is like the video for the project, the hackathon stuff. So while like open code is hacking away at the stuff I'm doing, I'm gonna be like going back and forth because I need to get the shit done like within like an hour, not an hour, but like a day, right? I need to have the video done before I get like absolutely cooked. What is open code? Open code is an alternative to Claude Code that allows you to use any AI model and any AI provider. So it's the same thing as like how Claude Code is a CLI that operates within your terminal and it has access to your entire computer to do like many different things. Open Code is essentially that, but open source, and like you can put in whatever you want, which is really cool. So right now I'm actually using the method, which is I'm using my GitHub Copilot per subscription to use open code. So I don't have to pay because I'm a student and I have the free GitHub Copilot plan. So I just get like free shit. Does it cost a lot? No. Because like, again, you can put what provider you want. So if you're using the GitHub Copilot method with like the student plan, you're not paying for shit. At least I'm not, at least. So yeah. How's it going, Tash? All right, let's look at this specifically. I need to switch Control P, switch session, and this is like the session from yesterday. And yeah, all right, nice. So I'm gonna dictate what I need to do, and then we'll like get that running. I've been considering upon open code with open router, but I've added kilocode to anti-gravity. Nice. I would definitely say I felt like when I was using the CLI environments and not the one within the IDE, it felt like it could do a lot more and is a lot more freer. And maybe it's like a mentality thing. I just can't. I honestly like can't put my finger on it. I'll definitely do some more limit testing on using like for example, I have Claude. I have Pro on what is it on Cursor. So I'll look at an example of two of them and see like whether or not it's that much of an issue. Confused on how to find my sessions. My anti-gravity sessions though. Holy crap! Like through kilocode or just through anti-gravity. What is this? Attach. I'm working on an open source balance strategy creator, and right now we are rushing to push it out to a hackathon because money's on the line. If you know about the Marvel rival situation, we got 6K on the line, bro. I can't be throwing. Through kilocode. I haven't used kilocode yet. I've seen people use, but I haven't like got time to really go like too deep into it. Bro, I would love if I could replace like my default file like notepad stuff with just what is it? With Zed. That would be cool. Need audio prompt or something. Not MD. Wait, show me your full Icarus display. I have an idea. Okay, so ideally Icarus would be like this on a 1920 by 1080 monitor, right? And if you're not like using any of the AI agents or stuff, you would just literally just do this. Boom, Icarus is peak, right? So, oh, I gotta fix this. This is an issue. I'll fix that. But yeah. You don't know. You might just go with the open code route. I would say like try to go with the open code route because like these tools are really useful. I'm actually gonna set up Claude bot like next weekend Cause I wanted to set it up on my computer here, but my dorm Wi-Fi, like, they cooked my shit. They like literally IP banned me for like what 10 minutes, and then I got access back. So I'll do it when I'm at home, cause I have a broken MacBook I can use to host that. You trying to do it right now with Cloudflare? Literally, yeah, bro. I feel like would a Mac be better or like just like VPS hosting it? The dorm Wi-Fi sucks. My dorm Wi-Fi is absolutely peak. I'm gonna show you guys. I get like a gig down on my dorm Wi-Fi, which is absolutely insane. Speedtest.net. Yes, get my location. Look at this, bruh. I'm literally getting a gig down, which is actually oh my stream just like fucking cooked itself from that. But yeah, for security, I'm going Cloudflare. Should I'm thinking about this. I'll definitely like try to work on it like this weekend and see if I can get that to go. If you know how to configure your security, it's good. Yeah, so I saw a bunch of people like okay, so first of all, last week I saw a bunch of like Claude bot hype, right? And then this week I saw a lot of Claude bot like security stuff. I'm like, okay, so if I'm gonna set up my instance, this shit better be secure or else I'm gonna like lose all my stuff. You know where the gear icon of the camera button is? Put a tools icon that shows the that can show that agents and tools then. Oh, and have that be like a mode, right? Mm, freaking packet. I'll figure it out. You know what? How about we focus on what did I want to do? I wanted to fix this chat window. So how about we get that done first, and then we'll think about the other things, and we'll look over the hackathon like requirements, and then we'll go back and forth and like really try to dial it in. All right. Also, one thing this is a plus one to add. Right now, the way match data is imported is me like I downloaded like the match data JSON and then I imported it in there. But ideally, I'd want for you to have like a Riot OAuth and you would open your Valorant screen and would like click blah 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 and it would automatically import that. But I didn't want to like work on that first because of the fact that hey, hackathon is ending in less than 24 hours and I ain't got shit. Yeah, Zed, yo, Zed is peak. I wish Zed could be my default editor, but like there's, for example, for my framework, for example, I'm using, there's the dev tooling on Zed is not that good, which kind of sucks. All right. So I want you to try and make the not only the font smaller in the Helios text box, but also try to make it take up more of the width space because of the fact that hey, we're trying to like cramp so much information in here. I'd rather it be much more easier to read. You can also like maybe like reduce the size of the players card that shows all of the players on there. That would probably be very helpful in like allowing more space for the chat window. And then yes, and then I'm just gonna drop this to GitHub Copilot, and then we're gonna do hi, and I'm gonna just paste this in here, and then we're gonna figure out doing something else. um I'm actually stuck. It's asking for the gateway token with OpenSSL rad. You're fucking cucked. Maybe like yeah, I don't get to set up it, so I can't even like give you like any like actionable help towards that. It would look less big. Yeah, Gomez, I'll try that idea in like a second. Where's my water bottle at? Uh-oh. Okay, you can see my atrocious ass fit. I didn't even get to change it. I was wearing like a jacket under. My water bottle's right here. All right, see you, Gomez. All right, so now that we have Zed, we're in peak condition. Let's look at this. So, why join official data provided by Grid? Compete for 25K in prices. And provide URL. Cloud discount GDC event ticket pass. I don't give a fuck about this. So can we go up a second? Official rules for full details, categories, what to build. And this is the official rules. Yes, this is great. Automated, so historical match data. Microbyte strategies. Included project built the required developer tools, meet the above requirements. And then demonstrate your project. Should be less than 3 minutes. Users are not required to watch beyond 3 minutes. Should include features that show its project functioning on device that it was built for. And okay. Must be uploaded and made visible on YouTube. Okay. Must not include third-party trademarks, copyrighted music, or other material unless the entrant has had permission to use such permission. Makes sense. An entrant may submit more than one submission. However, each submission must be unique, substantially different from each entrant's other submissions. Oh, you can do more than one submissions? I did not know that. Oh, that kind of sucks. It is what it is. As determined by the sponsor, I wanted to work on a side project as well for this, but it's fine. Don't worry. Submissions must be the original work of the entrant and solely owned by the entrant and not violate IP rights of another person or entity. Testing. Functioning demo. If entrant's website is private, entrant must include login credentials. Available free of charge without any restriction or testing. Evaluation and used by sponsored mission judges until the judging period ends. Judges are not required to test the project and may choose to judge Bailey's on description and images and video provided as submission. All right, okay. So if the project includes software that was a proprietary or third-party hardware that's not widely available to public, including devices, access to the product hardware, blah blah blah, language requirements, and team representation. Okay. Intellectual property. I mean, okay. Financial preparation. Okay. Receive funding. I don't have any funding, so we're Gucci. And then submission modifications. Judges criteria. Stage 1. If it passes, fail. Applies the required APIs, SDKs featured in the hackathon. All submissions past one stage are evaluated to stage 2 based on the following equally weighted criteria. The judging criteria. Entries will be judged from the following equally weighted criteria according to the sole discretion of the judges. These are part actually demonstrate quality software development. This is leverage JetBrains ID or AI coding agent Junie. No, I didn't do that. I feel like it would get a buns if I did though. Oh, thanks for the dolphin cap and cat. Impact of the project. I think these are pretty cool ideas, right? And then we kind of go back and forth. All right. You know what? We'll do this. This cannot be too hard. All right, let's get started. One thing I need to do is I need to change my license on GitHub, so we'll do that. All right. License change must occur. So view license. Can I edit my license? Please, please, please. Can I just use like MIT license, please? Commit changes. Yes. I want to kind of delete my license.md. Is that crazy? Let's just delete the entire file and nuke it. And then I want to make it probably MIT or let's go in here. This is like what this is uploading and adding stuff. What if I want to just like nuke stuff from the website? Will I have to like open a different branch and do it myself? Well, this is going on here, so I can't do that. It's kind of annoying. Can I? Is there a way I can virtualize like a Git branch only for like that specific instance? I just spilled water on my floor. Oh my god. Okay. I can probably do like a code spaces. No? Like spin up a quick one. All right, let's do that. I think that's my solution to that. And that should be fire. I still gotta apply for a bunch of open source benefits. Like that's just cooking me right now. How's it going, JJ's lab? All right. While that is loading all of my data, essentially I want to delete license.md. It's literally what I'm here for. Let that loading, and then we're seeing what open code is still working on that. I'm just gonna start my project, honestly. All right. Start project motorcycles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm doing good, bro. Like I'm currently in a pseudo stressful situation because I know I can get this done, but it's like how much effort am I willing to like perfect it? Because I can go on for hours and days trying to get it like truly correct. You know what I mean? Motorcycles, bro. What is up with this like fucking verification? All right. Project name Icarus. Valorant strategy creator. Short tagline. Plan strategies locally, with peace of mind. Something like that. I'll change it eventually. And then we're just trying to just go through here and do a whole bunch of stuff. So edit project's done. So project name is what the fuck? All right. Icarus. Let's go to project overview. Okay. Well, why does it keep reloading the page? It's not very helpful, is that? Icarus. Plan strategies with a peace of mind. And then we can do that. Can we save it? Okay, nice. Inspiration. What's next for Icarus? Challenge you right into. Make sure you write what inspired you and what you learned, how you built your project. Challenges the format your story in a markdown latex text format. All right. Guys, I'm just gonna yap a lot about stuff. So y'all will just watch me LARP for a bit. I would love to use Zed as my preferred text editor, and then that would be cool. I can use Obsidian as well, since I want to like format it in Markdown. All right. So let's do this. For inspiration, Icarus was kind of spawned just out of the fact that about a year ago or whatever, I was in my senior year of high school and I wanted to get really, really good at Valorant. And I found that my aim was good. I had like 100+ hours in aim labs. How's it going, Kaba? I had a bunch 100+ hours in aim labs, and I realized that the one thing I was weak on was my game sense. So I watched a bunch of YouTubers like WoohooJin and all these like coaching communities within Valorant, and they all were using a specific tool for playing strategies in Valorant, which was Valo Plants, because of the fact that Valorant did not have a replay system. So their pseudo replay system was kind of the only way you can gauge your actions in game and have like a concrete reference instead of like recording a VOD. And the reason why I couldn't record a VOD because my PC was kind of dog, so I couldn't like record a VOD properly. My game system on CS is so good. I get accusations. That's how you know I'm high IQ. But it's opposite for me. My game system is like good now, but I'm just all aim half of the time. Because like once I'm like playing and in the game, I like start panicking. Um, so no. Okay. Hello. Okay. It said I reached my hard limit, but I'm literally just using it. Anyways. Val game system doesn't exist. It's all luck with those fucking abilities and it's just shit. I mean, no, but there is still like game sets though. But it's like there's so many more moving parts now, and also like because of the fact of all the abilities and shit, the higher elo you get, the more like the lower elo you get, the more random it is. Like for example, whenever I'm playing lower elo, I can't. I genuinely can't because I'll expect someone to do something and they'll just like do some bullshit, and I end up like not like being able to like predict that. Um. So I was like, so I started using Valorplant, but the thing is that when I started using Valorplant, I didn't want to like commit money to pay for Pro at that time. So I used it to plan strategies, and I remember this one night vividly. I was at my cousin's house, and I was like watching Phoenix Jet lineups on like Abyss, no, like Jet entries on Bind or whatever. And I was working on it really hard. I spent like about an hour on it, and I closed my laptop because I was like midway working, and I ended up taking a screenshot. And I opened my laptop, and everything was gone, and that just like genuinely pissed me off. I'm like, I just lost all of this like stuff I've done because of the fact that this isn't save stuff for free, right? So I was like, you know what? I'll just do it, like dead eyes, right? Silvers and low elo pairs are unpredictable. Yeah, they're literally fucking cooked. Yeah, same concept as CS. If you're a good player, you play shit elo, they'll outplay you sometimes. Yeah, and also when I play shit elo too much, bro, I start getting bad because like I start adapting to their bullshit, which is not how things work. Um. Um. So, oh, I've reached my weekly limit. Oh yeah, I've so hit my weekly limit. Oh no, please. No, it works, boy. They got me tripping. It so works. All right. Um. So how we built it? How did I build this? So inspiration. That's my inspiration. And then what does it do? Challenges we ran into. Um. What does it do? What it does? Well, right now, it was a lot to like go at first, but right now, Icarus is a open source Valorant strategy creator that is local first and has a strong community of 1,000+ users using it every single day. And it essentially allows you to bring in your Valorant characters, the maps, and the abilities, and make sure that you're able to represent those data points within the map one-to-one accurate as you would within the game of Valorant, and be able to save and edit your strategies later. It has support for lineups with YouTube videos, has support for adding images and text on screen, drawing, and all these various kind of like information like notation things. And also you can actually share your strategies if you send your friend a local file of like, it's called a .icat format. It like sends them the strategies to someone else immediately. Dance to receive entry to the club. Dara proceeds to dance. Should I do that video? Dance to receive entry into Linux community or something. And I'm talking about like using Arch Linux or whatever. Am I a Claude Code expert yet? I've been using Open Code, so I'm not necessarily like a Claude Code expert. Uh, right first, but how I built Icarus. Okay. How I built Icarus. So Icarus was originally developed with Flutter, and the way I started it was I literally went textbook for textbook and started off with just placing agents on the map with the coordinate system. And then I went through that entire process. You're still anti-AI? Are you starting to see the light? I'm starting to see the light, actually. Nos, if you don't know, I'm working on Icarus for a hackathon project right now, and the hackathon is due tomorrow. And all of the features I added within the hackathon were all generated. I will eventually like merge some of them back into main, but like some of them are just bullshit features. For example, the AI stuff, I wouldn't want to put that burden on like people to do that. So this is like stuff I would keep there. But yeah, disqualified? Nah, hackathons let AI gen nowadays, bruh. Like, if you're not, then you're trolling. But yeah. Code by hand like the boomers. All right, but like having like a custom round selector and like switching in between like the various kills and importing the JSON, all of that was done with open code, which makes like the entire process like absolutely smooth. Like even like this, so like analyze the current like map and stuff. Of course, I didn't have the bindings to allow it to do that and like leverage my current systems, but it was able to do that, which is really cool. Also, I have been using GPT-5 the entire time. Not once did I run into like an error or like a misconstruing of what I meant. And I've low-key been like having fun with GPT-5. What you want me? This is just a place to hide. Side. Never say nothing. Just a little bit of the truth. All right, let's go back to the work, which is what I'm doing right now. All right. I have a cool feature your app could use. Drop it down. I'll experiment with it. Let me go back to Zed. All right. Accomplishments we're proud of. Challenges I ran. Dude, no. I can't use Whisperflow anymore. I might have to pay for Whisperflow, guys. Uh, give you $100. I ain't giving you. I ain't giving you nothing, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for Whisper Flow. I'm gonna try to get a sponsorship for them, but like it's probably not gonna like work out. All right, get a free month. Uh, you get a free month when they dictate 2,000 words, boy. All right, I'm just gonna upgrade, bro. All right, can I upgrade to Pro, please? $12 per user, $15 per user per month. Have a feature where you can inject pro replays and pro strats on the map, baby. Yeah, right now you can import your own match data, but I think that would be like trivial the moment I get access to Riot API. Right, please give me API access, please. So yeah. What am I looking for here? Whisper Flow alternatives. Please, I don't want to pay money for Whisper Flow. If you want it free, it'll require manual work like recording, transcribing locally with ICO. Running through a local If you want it cheap, go with Mac Whisper. You can turn on dictation. My opinion, super Whisper with this lifestyle. Pricing question mark. $8 a month, 40% off for students. Yeah, does Whisper Flow have a student discount? You can you download replays if you have the entire map view of the match. You could train a vision model. Yeah, somebody's actually doing that. Like what he's doing? He's training a vision model to like analyze like crosshair, placement on like the head and crosshair like alignment. But you can't really download. Well, we can download the replays, but we can only replay them within Valorant's like app. Like they're like encrypted. Okay, let me just evaluate this. Too many attempts, bro. I literally just turned it in. Oh my god, I'm gonna crash out. Resend. I guess it like went through the second one. All right. Because I feel like Whisperflow should give me a student discount. No. What am I buying? I want to get Whisperflow. They're not letting me in, bro. Fuck me. It's fine. I'll just pay for it. It is what it is. Super Whisper might be good though. Enter your student email to access to receive a discount code. Oh. I mean, what is it right now? They're just doing voice. Yeah, just voice to text right now. I want to look at the pricing. How many words? Pricing. Voice. Can I read pricing, please? Okay. So $0, unlimited use of small AI models, custom prompt control, unlimited use of translate any language to English, transcribe audio and video files. This is fine for me then. This seems like it just does voice recognition locally. It should be fine then. All right, I'm abandoning my use of Whisperflow to use this instead. You would pay for a Whisperflow, but not Claude Code. Let's fight right now. Whisperflow is like pretty helpful in my life, and it's useful outside of like coding. Can I download this, please? But yes, I will pay for Cloud Code soon eventually. But Open Code has been like really good for me. Like I have not needed Cloud Code. Like Open Code has like better, lesser restrictions than Cloud Code. Like every time I do shit in Cloud Code, in 2 minutes I fucking run out of credits, bro. Let's see. repositories. Wait, what am I looking in GitHub here? I wanna Super Whisper. And then I've been trying to download this. It's not letting me download. Finally, okay. Windows. I have to send my email? Sure. All right. And this is cool. So when is it downloaded? It's not done that at all. Okay, finally. Okay. Any tips on how to stay motivated when coding or learning a new language? I would say have a goal at it, right? When you're programming, you want an end goal. You want to have something you want to use it for. You want to be like, hey, I want to use code to build a Minecraft mod. I want to use code to work on a tool I want to use for myself. Have the things you're doing, have an end goal you can work towards, right? So that will like motivate you towards that. Instead of like just like doing nothing, right? Like the only reason why I'm programming is like I want to do stuff with it. I want to build something, right? And I'm just not learning code just to learn code because this is boring as hell. A good starter project, I would say a good starter project is literally whatever you wish, because of the fact that, hey, when you're a beginner, it's kind of hard to like keep like motivation. So I would say just find something in your life that pisses you off and try to use code to fix it. Like something very simple. Like let's say for example, I think my first like quote unquote real project was when I was in math class in high school and we are doing like some trig work, and I was pissed that I have to calculate the same thing every single time. So I just built like a little like calculator that I would put in the numbers to just give me the answer, like stuff like that, right? And then iteratively, because like what you want to engineer is not only your ability to code, but your ability to find problems in your life and be able to solve them with code, right? So taking something that's happening realistically and evaluating it into something you can build, right? All right, let's go into here. Got it. I see it. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna kill Whisperflow. Sorry, Whisperflow, you just got booted. Space. Hello. Control space. Hello. It did not work. Hello. Wait, what the fuck? Hello. What the fuck? This is my first recording. It's not working, chat. Hello. I might be using the wrong mic. Let me fix it. I might be using the wrong mic, so we'll get that done. Setting. And then we can go to models, default model, configuration, classic mini, blah, 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 sound. Can we change what mic it's using? No. Microphone should be what? Why is it saying microphone? What the freaking packet? Hello? Hello? It works and this doesn't work at the same time. It's so broken. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me, but like I'm trying to use this voice AI model recognition like freaking software, and it's not working. All roads are pointing to Whisperflow, chat. By the time you finish typing this, the sentence you could have said it 3 times over. Your voice is faster than your fingers will ever be. Doesn't work at all, by the way. This is such a LARP project. Yep. It doesn't work at all for me. I can close and reopen it. How about this? Quit. And then what is it called again? Super Whisper? And we can open it all over again. And that should be fine enough. Check back again after a few days. How's your Roblox game going, bro? My Roblox game is like on hiatus right now because I have to finish this hackathon that I'm like trying to work on in a couple days. But like the entire tycoon is built, everything is fire. I just need to go back in and actually like refine the systems there. So where is my freaking packet? Super Whisper. So if I do this, hello, does it work? No, at all. It does not work at all. Settings. Does it need like permission access? I'm not giving it. Unavail. Oh, there it is. Finally, my mic is working. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Okay, now I'm gonna try to talk. Hello, hello. Is it working? Oh, it's working now. Nice. Okay, we're peak now. Okay, back to work. Back to work. Um, And there were a lot of issues with Icarus, not only just because some of them arose from my inexperience as a programmer. I started this when I was in high school, and my programming experience was like a calculator app, like so I wasn't really too keen on like my ability to do stuff, right? So some of them like came as a result of my inability in programming, and others came as a result of the framework itself. So I would say my top 10 issues was number one, the bane of my existence for a while was the drawing algorithm. Because whenever I would, first of all, like my initial implementation of it had like a bunch of performance issues, and then after I fixed the performance issues later, there was also this issue where like the lines I drew would not be smooth, and I had to like do a bunch of research for like a week to figure out a line simplification algorithm that sort of fixes the issue, which is really funny. The drawing system has as many quirks. Like erasing was also a big deal for a while until I figured out how to like do bounding boxes and stuff. Um, Okay, so I want to look at my. This is why it's good to have some info here, because I have like a checklist of the things that PM owned me. It's gonna be here. That should be fire. So custom ability widgets, dynamic scaling abilities, making everything pretty good. Fixing center point rotation issues. More painting options, undo, redo, saving capabilities, YouTube video, custom abilities, special cases. Uh, uh, bu- 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 uh, Another thing was defining the primitives for all the various kind of abilities that Valorant just has. That's cool. Cool. Another thing is like defining the primitives for a bunch of abilities that Valorant just has, right? So like stuff like Astro Wall, stuff like um Astro Wall, Cipher Trip, all these different abilities, and defining a data model that's able to work extensively with all these various ones, which was really, really, really important. One thing that was a bane of my existence that was as a result of Okay, one thing that was the bane of my existence, and as a result of the framework I was using, was rotations, and in particular, this actually caused me to file a PR to the actual like Flutter like open source repo. In particular, it was rotations. So the way the rotation function in Flutter was defined was that it used alignment first, and then was a sub origin parameter that was there just for like the case. And specifically for my case, I kind of needed the origin factor because of the fact that abilities kind of rotate. Especially stuff like breach alt, for example, rotates not at the bottom center but slightly offset to where like the icon is, right? So I had to do that, but turns out that the way it was documented in the documentation, it didn't really highlight the fact that the alignment value is automatically defaultly applied even when you don't like explicitly define it in the function. It was a default constructor, and whenever you use origin in conjunction with that, it would just absolutely break everything, and I just didn't know. And then when I figured that out, I was like, oh my god, I gotta like file a PR to get it done. And eventually I filed a PR to the docs and I got it done. And I'm like, I was like absolutely crazy accomplishment for me. And yeah. And checking back again after days. How's your Roblox? Oh, I'm just literally reading chat. My bad. All right. So now that we've gotten that done, what's the next thing to talk about? How we built it, challenges we ran into. Let's see. What's another challenge I ran into? Uh, duh, 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 duh. Da, 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 da. Uh, Another challenge I ran into, not necessarily like a programming related challenge, but like a UI design specific wise challenge. Because the entire reason I started Icarus in the first place was because like the other tool, Valoplant, their UI, no offense to them, I love the creator of Valoplant and the work he put into it. Like it's one of its kind, but the UI for it was a production of its time. For example, the agent bar is at the bottom of the screen, and I felt like that was kind of like bad UI UX because of the fact that hey, Valorant's gonna be having like what 20 million billion agents, and the longer that scroll wheel gets, the harder it is to interact with them. So, a big push of Icarus, and the first thing I was thinking about it with is UI focus first. How do I make the UI in this app feel like it's meant for what it's doing, and it's not like I'm working backwards from that. So my experience of like what I'm always a high schooler. I'm still in my freshman year of college, so I don't know shit, right? So I had to do a lot of experimentation with just like searching on the internet, going back and forth with my users, and copying from other like products, honestly, and just trying to find a strike and balance between hey, trying to get a feature out first and trying to design a feature so it looks better and it works better. Because like the first thing I think about whenever somebody says, hey, can you add this new feature? I'm thinking about how should it look inside the app? Where should this be in the menu? Is this gonna like affect other people's users? Do they have like random keybinds that they want that would like mess stuff up? So all these different considerations and the things that I've never thought about like start popping up, and it's honestly changed the way I develop software right now. Um, da, da, da. You saw my Gen 2 installation in general. This shit took you 2 hours. Let me see that. I think I saw that while I was in class. So I didn't get to pay attention too much to it. Let's look at this. 0% CPU usage. Holy optimize. Nice. What is this? I can't tell what this is. Okay. Anyways. Um. Holy crap. Checking. How long did it take you for this to happen? When do you start my internship at Amazon? I started in May. So when that happens, I will post videos about that all the time. Let's see. Ooh, W Neo Fetch. Nice. Are you gonna rice it eventually, or have you not done that yet? I have to configure and customize my kernel and compile it with chicken hour. Goddamn. I compile everything from scratch. Holy crap, bro. Um, okay. Challenges I ran into was that. Backwards compatibility, distribution. Another challenge I ran into is the mental block of again. I started Icarus as a somewhat beginner dev, and a lot of times, there are things that I wanted to add that I felt overwhelmed. Like I could not possibly do this in my 9 realms. Like even with like the example, the latest feature Icarus, which I'm gonna be like the forefront of this hackathon presentation, is the fact that you can import your Valorant matches and replay them. Like that seemed like something like I could never ever get to do. And so the most challenging thing was myself and my preconceived notions of my abilities. And the moment I was able to break away from that was the moment I realized that hey, I can do anything, and that's how it's been going. How's the Hytale gambling simulator going? I'm low-key waiting for like the tooling in Hytale to get better. Also, I gotta finish this fucking hackathon project that's due in less than 24 hours. So we're writing the freaking notes for it right now. Accomplishments that I've been proud of is that number one, I gotta like I was able to build this out with like an app that has like 1,000+ users, like just me, and like help people plan strategies for Valorant. Even though like using this app kind of made me play Valorant less because I spent more of my time coding than actually playing Valorant, which is really funny. Um, but besides that, the impact I've been able to make in other people's lives and help them like just do the things they want without having to deal with like some entirely like different constraints. Um, but yeah, also like I have an Amazon internship now, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, I just dropped that there. I don't know if that's even worth being in there. Um, and in terms of what I learned, I would say, oh, have I read Shadow Slave? Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm a big Shadow Slave fan. I'm a big Shadow Slave fan. I literally, although I am not caught up on the arc after, um, what happened at the last arc I was in. The Moth with they went into the death game or whatever. After that, and I didn't finish it. I saw you repost a video of it on my For You page. Yes, bro, I'm a big Shadow Slave fan, bro. Uh, after the hackathon, gotta do a speed run again to install on live. I think I will start with Arch first, bro. Low key, I don't want to like jump right into like Dark Souls, bro. What was the interview process like? I didn't have to take the interview process for Amazon because I went through a program. So I had to just like send in my credentials, write a bunch of essays, and they just like evaluated me based off that because it was like a program for people in high school. So they didn't expect much of like knowledge from them. But I think I was pretty experienced enough though. All right, let's look at this. In terms of what I learned, I would say, what did I learn? Oh, okay. Me personally, I haven't read Shadow Slave, but I've read like 120 chapters of LTM. I've read 200 chapters of LTM, I believe. I stopped at um dude, I think when he's like on sequence 4 or sequence is he sequence 3 or sequence 4? And Amon just got introduced. Yeah, I was at that point. And they like he severed Amon from like the space or whatever. Oh, thanks for the gifts, Kaba. All right, wait, let's look at this. So different constraints I have. Okay, okay. The future of Icarus, honestly, right now, what I'm aiming for is to expand into allowing for online features like sharing your strategies with links and like having the web version fully implemented because Icarus has a web version, but it's not um 100% like fully one to one with the current one because of the fact that Icarus originally is local first. So those restrictions on having to be like local first made the web version kind of dog. So I always use that web version as a way for like representing stuff. But um, my main feature for our goal for Icarus is to number one allow online sharing of stuff. So like online saving, online syncing, working with teams and like esports teams to kind of get it set up for them as well. And also, one thing, long future road plan ahead is to have it implement for other games like Marvel Rivals, which I've been playing recently more and more, and like League of Legends. But League of Legends has way too many characters. I don't even think I could possibly do that. So yeah. But I'm just online features. Let me embed a small data scraper written with C so we can sell the data to data brokers. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna send it to Kimmy K2. So I'm gonna go T3 chat. This is my writing stack, by the way, guys. This is my writing stack. How's it going, Netcast? All right, let's look at this. I'm gonna use Kimmy K2 enhanced version with longer context. Thinking or all right, let's look at this. Uh, T3.chat. No, T3.gg. Did Theo publish um his writing test? I would yeah. Let's look at this. Theo.gg AI writing test. What website is that? This is a T3 chat. It's an AI chat app that lets you access to multiple models for $8 a month, which is pretty cool. Alright, Skinny K2 2.5. This was 4 days ago, but I'm not sure about it for writing. Oh, look at this. As a creating. Oh, nice. Okay, fine. Really good. Kimmy, just everyone read about it. I did the test. That was fine. K2 thinking came out. Okay, so Kimmy K2 is probably what we want. All right. So I need graphs, bro. I'm not reading your entire BS. Okay. I'll figure out. I'll low key like start an AI like, ooh, that's a lot of money. But I'm thinking of like running benchmarks of like AI writing and evaluation for writings. That'd be cool. Okay. So I still want to just paste this here. Um, and then what's the main prompt for this actually? Uh, All I need is through my system. Through my system. My system. Okay, I'm gonna go through here. So I just wrote I answered all these questions using like a speech to text thing, and I want you to format these questions in a way that like works with the questions that were answered. Thank you. This is for a hackathon, by the way, just so you know. All right. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Be sure to write what inspired you, what you learned from a story in latex or math. All right, let's go. Man, somebody got a nuke AI. I caught. What did you catch with? Give me a second. Use the wrong model. Don't kill me, Kimmy K2. Kimmy K2 thinking, and then let's go. All right. So besides that point, somebody got a nuke AI. I caught myself asking Claude for Linux help, and instead of looking at the docs, what did it do? Did it tell you to sudo rmrf? Latex format support. Don't worry, we don't need. We're not. No way. I'm sure I'm formatting my story in latex, right? Cause kernel panic and fucked up. Now it gave me the wrong mount points for my boot partition. God damn. Caused kernel panic and fucked up my bootloader, which I had to fix myself, which took like 30 minutes. Fucking hell, bro. That's like apps, dude. That's actually insane. What the fuck? I don't care about this. I'm actually more interested in T3 chat and what it generates. All right, let's see. Inspiration. Let's go through. I'm doing lamps. It's all name. We get still lacking. Hujin. I'm using Valplant to the repair system. Didn't have one. My PC was too weak to record VOD, so I started using specialities. We're gonna jet lineups for bind. I closed my laptop in session. Because you know safekeeping, but when everything was gone, the moment it pissed me off, I was like, you know what? Provisions didn't all save, and I was about to pay for Pro, so I thought, you know what? I'll just build it myself. Dead ass. Um. Do you have a good understanding of database internals? I think somewhat. Again, as much as like just hitting up an API of a database and like doing that much, that's that much I understand. But to the deep, very deep internals, not too much, I would say. It's okay when I specifically tell it to reference Gen 2 handbook and double check everything. Oh, so you'd have to like literally drop the link for stuff, which kind of sucks. Icarus open source strategy. Yeah. How we built. Oh, how I built rather. So Flutter for apps from scratch. My only prior experience with the calculator app. I went textbook. Beginning with the basics, which edge of the map, using coordinate system. From there, iteratively added abilities, drawing tools, export features, learning as I went. Draw algorithm, erasing bounding boxes, data models, rotations for the PR, UI UX design, my own mental blocks. um, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything crazy. It's okay when okay, let's look at this. Accomplishment, 1,000+ users. I did something solo. What I learned. Online sharing, team use features, online saving, collaboration for pro teams, full web parody. Other games are also my next. So League of Legends is a distant dream. Too many captions, but never say never. Yeah. Am I a backend dev? No. I just like build things, I guess you'd say. Inspiration. I had. Okay, this makes sense. So, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna write an article about Icarus soon as well. So we'll get that done. How do you figure out how to take stats from each game and how do imports work for Val games? Share code. Oh yeah, I got you. Okay. So so the way imports works is that somebody actually, well, okay, I got it from the Valorant API, And the Valorant API access is kind of iffy because the official way to get it is like to go through them, but then they have a long ass review process that they did not just let me have access to, which kind of was a bummer. But I was able to get somebody's official, unofficial API that was able to download match data. So, for example, I just downloaded like the main JSON data I got from like the match info screen, and then I took that JSON data and I started working with it. So the way the Valorant like the data within the Valorant like API is like it's kind of weird for like specifically replay data is that Valorant only records kills and planting the bomb. That's all they record. So kills and planting the bomb. So whenever I'm getting data points for like events that happen, I only get data from kills and planting the bomb. So I have to take that massive JSON data here. If I have a thing that parses all the data and gets like the actual stuff I want from there, and it takes all of that stuff, right? And then not in here, it should be in here, and then maps it out to the rounds. And so, for example, the time data is also there. So I have like, hey, Chamber kills Jet here, Sova kills Omen, Reyna kills Reyna, Sage kills Sage, all that stuff. So all that stuff is like gotten from the Valorant API. And then today I hope to add OAuth so I can like get people to sign in and pick whatever the games they want at the end. So for location of agents, do you just wing it or what? Also for locations of agents, the API records whenever they record the kills, they record the position of everybody on the map. So you can actually see this right here. So I'm gonna show to see you. So if you look right here, this is a tool. This is essentially like the data here. So this would be the killer, the victim, and the victim's locations and the player's location. And it's like the locations of every single player on the map. So I take all of that data points and then map it to whichever player it is. And also mapping the data points from the Valorant like API, like these in-game coordinates to my coordinates was absolute buffoonery because the way Valorant does their stuff is very inconsistent. No offense to Valorant, but the way they do their stuff is very inconsistent. Whenever we are measuring this like X and Y and Z data, there's a way to they give you like a formula to convert that into like the map, the scalar value of the map. So essentially like multiply all that stuff to make it a percentage value of the scalar value of the map. But you know what the funny thing is? What kind of math is it? I'll show you what the math is actually right here. Somebody explain it in plain text, but I don't want to show you like pure code because like it's kind of abstracted a little bit. So let me go to not text because it just helped somebody about with that like literally yesterday. Okay, so essentially they give you values like the minimap multiplier because like they use that same value for themselves for like the in-game map within Valorant, right? So they use this calculations themselves. So we take the game Y and the game X and Y, and we're essentially turning them into percentage values of where those should be on the map, right? Which is pretty cool, fire, right? But the issue is that whenever they're doing this math, they are referencing to their own map assets, right? Which is like, okay, that's fine-ish until you look at this right here. Where's assets? So this is maps, and I have display icons. And if you look at assets right here, right? Prime example, you have a map like Abyss. This is what they have for their assets, right? So whenever they're referencing images, they're using images like this, right? With including like this is officially forgotten from them. It's including like the padding and everything around them is exactly to this image, right? But this becomes an issue when you have like custom assets like I do. I have custom assets and they have different bounding boxes and different like sizes. So I essentially have to do the math myself to figure out, hey, where is the position here without any bounding boxes and then get that working, right? So that was like a doozy to get that working. But the funny thing is their map assets are not even consistent. If you look at this is like facing attack side, right? Which is like been the majority pattern here. But some of these maps don't actually do that. For example, Ascent is sideways. This is not how it looks within the game. I have to rotate it around, but like it's sideways on there. So I have to go through like several maps that are oriented the wrong way and then do the math to orient them the right way. So even their implementation of stuff was just inconsistent, right? So there's like several layers of just buffoonery I have to go through to get my stuff working. So yeah, that's exactly my explanation. That's why I was like low-key like I didn't stream for a couple of days because I needed to like actually sit down and like figure out what the fuck was going on. And then for figuring out the agent positions, I actually spin up a bunch of sub tools for that. So for example, I have this document. Can I do this? I think it's command period, and then I can open in browser. So I made like a bunch of not in here. That's the JS folder. it would be index of HTML. So open in browser. So I made a bunch of like sub tools to help me diagnose things like this. So I made a tool that like checks for what the bounding boxes is and like gives me that. And I have another tool that like tells me the percentage values of stuff. So yeah, that's so dumb. Well, what the fuck was the math LARPed with AI, or did you write equations with paper and pencil? So the math was already for the math for the bounding boxes. That was like LARPed to AI. Like I wasn't gonna do that bullshit. But for the math for like translating them into coordinates was given to me by the person who's already done like the I guess the quote unquote hard part of the stuff. And yeah, essentially. And I cross referenced it with the actual in game data, and it was like it worked. It was pretty accurate, which was cool. But yeah, it was a whole doozy to get through it. And the thing is that Valorant API does not have documentation, bruh. So like, I've been like hopping through community docs after community docs to figure stuff out. Uh, let's see here. I should probably add that to my list of like issues that happened. All right. All right. All right. My most recent all right. My most recent challenge would be the fact that I had to essentially deal with translating the Valorant in-game Valorant data into my application. And because my application uses custom assets that I've traced from the Valorant maps, they don't exactly match up with the reference images that Valorant is indicating to use. And the thing is that even Valorant's like reference images are highly inconsistent. For example, also they're not centered. They're not centered within so for example, if you have a map on the screen, even within the padding, it's not centered on the padding. It might be like to the left slightly or have a gap somewhere else. So I had to like build an entire script process that evaluates the PNGs, finds the transparencies, and then gets the bounding boxes and the equivalents that to the SVGs I have within my application, and then do the math back to translate them into positional data. So a whole bunch of like mathematics that I had to get through to get that working. So that would get me going there. That's fire. You doing more than me, gang. LARP maxing over here. I'm installing fucking Gen 2 for some reason. I feel like LARP maxing, like in that other way, is not necessarily a bad thing as well. Like you're learning, but on a different vertical, right? You're doing more and getting more comfortable with doing like hardware stuff. Like I could, like I low-key couldn't do that. All right, let's look at this. We're gonna take this and we're gonna edit it to make it look better. All right, so Obsidian. Actually, I might just edit it in here. That might be easier. Oh no, my dev post fucking closed. All right, inspiration. All right, nice, nice, nice. And then I'm just gonna go with this. I'm feeling like a king using Quen code CLI from the bathroom. That's how we all got a code. Yeah, low key. I went, guys. Shocker, but I actually like this entire weekend I was out like partying and stuff, and I found myself like wanting to monitor like my open code instance and be able to like set prompts from the party. And I'm like, bro, I gotta figure out how to do that. Actually boots and what it needs and shit fire, bro. I mean, I guess I compile my own custom kernel and the way I wanted it and learn about how Linux works. Yeah, that's actually like freaking goaded. Um, how are you submitting Icarus to a hackathon? Because the hackathon allows for like projects that are have been worked on for quite a bit. So yeah. It was my game, so it's not my aim was holding me back. YouTubers like who Jin who Jin Hooge my freaking this is my freaking goat, by the way. He got me deep into Valorant and like strategies and stuff. Unfortunately, he stopped posting videos because he got like harassed. Well, controversy. But yeah, I miss him though. If he comes back, I'm welcome back in Valorant. But one of my Kristen's house, but because I wasn't praying for pros, progression, I could build something better for myself. I tried to rather. Okay, and then Icarus open source users. Mm, let's see edits with icon fine annotate images, freehand drawings, annotations, add strategies, sequences for animation, um, adding sequences of events for animation. And yep, how I built it rather. I built Icarus from scratch using Flutter. Starting with textbooks fundamentals, and the first milestone was simply is add on the map using coordinate systems. As a high schooler whose only power project was a calculator app, I learned as well as experimenting and failing through each feature. Yes. Yeah. So the algorithm and natural some had performance issues. After fixing those, lines myself were jagged on the smooth. I spent another week researching lines for algorithms, create natural strokes. Ability data modeling was quite a bit. Yep. And then using Flutter rotation block. Uh, and then UI UX design. Was outdated as a skill of ages more. No formal design training. I had to reverse engineer good UX by studying other products and reiterating with community and asking questions like, where should this live? Where this break some user workflows. Nice. Okay. So did it translation pipeline. My custom assets did not allow variants inconsistent reference images, which how do you do a sobbing emoji? Cry. Can you do emojis in here? No, you can't. Uh cry. Let's look at this. Crying text emoji. Um yes. I guess this is how you like do crying, right? So yes. Okay. So and then that's that. A mental block was my own experience. I've also been so nervous, but we're gonna sort out all my everything out there. Issues with solid rapper while I was still in school, creating for valuable players when you're a free reliable tool. Getting my first major internship with Amazon, firing, something engaging. Okay, nice. That's cool. I guess accomplishments that I'm proud of. I hit plat and Valorant again. But yeah, what's this? Icarus. Online features, web parody, and game expansion. That's literally it. We're almost done with Icarus, genuinely. So this would be it right here. Like like low key, nothing describes the feeling of pushing a feature to like your users and seeing how much it makes their lives better. Like that just makes me like so happy. And that reminds me constantly like the joy of the reason why I started like software development in the first place. Is to build tools for people to like save them time and like make their life easier, make them happy, and that makes me happy, kind of. So yeah, that's a little sob story. I'm not sure I'm gonna clip that or whatever, but yeah. Let's look at this right here. So language frameworks pack. Okay, so let's see. Flutter. I used Gemini. I used Flutter, Gemini, Riverpod. I used Hive. I used what did I use? Um, I use what do I use? What else did I use? Uh, I'm using Gemini, and then I I use Z. Should I use cursor? That's my ID. Nah. They're gonna look you get mad at me if I did that. I have to go to PubSpec. PubSpec.yaml. It's usually a good way. Firebase, yes. I'm not using Firebase for my DB, but rather for like the AI stuff. Their API was pretty easy to implement, which is cool. I hope to use convex eventually in the future, though. Let's see this. So these are all of my Shad CNUI, Flutter Shad CNUI. Okay, so I was just say Flutter Shad CN. Nobody knows about this. Languages, frameworks, start, platforms, start. That's pretty much all I did. Tryout links where we can try to see your code, a URL demo site. I don't know if I want to drop the demo site. The demo site is going to be quite a bit. You know what? I'll figure out how to do that. Project media. For best results, use a 3:2 ratio. Demo link for my project. So we'll save and continue as we're going. I think this is good for now, and then the rest I'll figure it out. So additional info, for example, upload a file as part of your submission. Oh, I can sort files. Nice. Submission type, individual, submit their country of residence would be the US of A. Because you told me I could stream with only 50 followers, I now have 2,000 followers. Thank you, bro. No problem, man, bro. It's always good to like help people and stuff. Am I in my dorm? Yes, I'm in my dorm right now. I'm back in college. If you have any team interested in Canada, keep the promise below. And A for judging and testing. I will fork it over to a branch and not necessarily the main branch. Am I locked in? Yes, I'm locked in 24/7. At least I try to be. We're actually doing like this 1 month project that is project locked in with my friend group, and we're gonna be locked in for 1 month and we'll see what happens. I'll do this eventually. What price category am I submitting my project to? Compression of Icarus. It's existing prior but significantly updated. If existing specific the project is significantly updated. Okay. So I added various features from allowing sequences of actions to wait. I added various features from allowing sequences of actions to be like allowing you to iteratively view sequences of actions. What the fuck am I talking about? Of actions, yeah. And then what else? I added map callouts. I added a full Valorant replay system, so you take your Valorant match data and you can import it and actually replay your Valorant rounds in detail. And it shows all the kills and all that stuff and the times deaths happen. I added an AI tool called Helios that analyzes your Valorant gameplay, which makes it easier for you. All right. I added an AI assistant called Helios to analyze your Valorant gameplay and like give you information on that. I also did a full UI redesign on my project. Is Bro trying to get that Valorant API key? Yes and no. I'm applying for a hackathon right now, so if I blow up in the hackathon, I probably will be expedited on my ability to get an API key. But I have applied for a Riot like API key right now. They still haven't reviewed my request, so if any of you guys know somebody at Riot, wink, 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 tell them to please put me in priority queue. So yeah. But yeah, I'm still on pending review. Why can't you get a valid API key invite only? Yeah, production keys are invite only. So I just gotta wait for them to let me, because I can technically use it on my development environment, but I have to reset my key every single day, and that's not like worth pushing. I've gotten access to multiple keys, but through illegitimate ways. The thing is, my project is open source, so I'll probably be nicked if they figure that out. Did you utilize JetBrains ID do my project? Yes, I used it once. No, yes, actually, a little bit. Viability, potential impact for the feedback. That was cool. Written blog post. I'm gonna do one eventually. Riot's owned by Tencent China. Speak positively about the Communist Party of China and you're good. Bro, I've always been like positive about China, low key. I'm telling you, China is next up, bro. Like the USA is currently fumbling by like being anti-competitive and be like, oh yeah, if China makes this better than our manufacturers, we're just not gonna allow them to be here. Like y'all do know that competition breeds innovation, right? And if you guys keep sectioning yourself off from the world, we're actually just cooking ourselves in reverse. So that's my take on that. Um, all right, time for me to figure out how to deploy this bullshit. I never felt before. Oh yeah. Something I haven't felt before. Oh, that song is so good. All right, let's go back to additional info, and then we'll work on refining this. I also added the abilities to make and record lineups and have YouTube videos for reference, as well as multiple images. So that's cool. So YouTube video for reference, multiple different images. What else did I add? Text, images, uh, importing via map data, exporting things, attack, defender side, sending, descending, folders are there. Okay. So honestly, I think I might try to lock it on OAuth and see how well that goes. But yeah, let me get commit here. I think wait, actually no. Let me check what I did for my last things. Make Helios know that it doesn't have ability data when reading round data. I already did that. Make Helios work with normal strategies. All right. Homemade CPU architecture when, bro. Oh my god. That would actually like be crazy. I couldn't even do it. Like, would I have to like take a Risk 5 chip and then like just to ask them to make my own? But that's literally somebody else's architecture. If I fork it, isn't Risk 5 like open license so you can use it like anywhere? Let's see this. What am I looking for? Helios right here. I can review your current setup. Hey, I wanted to test Helios on this map right here. So I'm gonna import it as strategy file from myself. Yes, self glaze. Because I did do some like it's a study of tens question mark. I could not even tell you. Oh, this is OG stuff, bro. You can't even load this bullshit. Import my shit.json and then no, not this. Import Ica. I should be able to like load every single one of them. Like second abyss, I can load this one. Still locking on Icarus is kind of impressive. Not gonna lie, good work, man. Yeah, I've been working this for like a year, so I definitely have motivation because I'm about to submit it to a hackathon for like $6,000. So hey, that's motivation. I tell you. Um, have you seen GPT Codex? I haven't gotten a chance to use GPT like Codex, like the Codex CLI, yes, but I have been using GPT 5.2 Codex and just GPT 5 in general as my main model in like various CLIs like open code, and I've been absolutely loving it. All iOS chips and Mac Silicon are processors on risk. One of those reasons why Apple ecosystem work. I thought like M1 was ARM. Am I tripping? Like I don't know though. Y'all put me on because I might be missing some information there. Or do they have like microchips that are on RISC-V? That would make sense then. Also, I'm thinking of getting a new MacBook because I want to do a the Apple Swift Developer Challenge is starting tomorrow, and I want to do like stream myself like trying to figure out how to make apps in Swift. So when I get a new MacBook, probably like next week, like we'll get to go through that arc together. Oh, ARM is risk based. I did not even know that. Okay, like generally that's cool. It's like I did not know ARM was risk based. I thought it was ARM was just doing their own bullshit. That's actually so cool. What? Because like we've been hearing all this like it's not LARP like, technically, but we were hearing all this LARP about like Risk 5 and stuff, but I never knew what was actually getting implemented in places. I mean, yes, it's been implemented in like some small spaces, but not like really like everywhere though. Let's see. Uh, I don't care about that much. What was I trying to do? There was something I wanted to do, but I just can't remember. Oh yeah, I want to test it. Um, what do you think of my notes here? You got me feeling just right. Either since the purchase website. Oh, um, this is my evaluation of. You know what? This is really important. Uh, I think Helios needs to be able to take context from the name and impair what's going on, infer what's going on. Time to go consume substances and compile Firefox and hope it takes less than 30 minutes. All right, I'm gonna see you, man. Uh, notepad. All right. All right, so I want Helios on like first instance to basically take the project the name of the file, the strategy is currently evaluating, and use that as context so it knows more about it, especially for stuff like strategies that don't necessarily, but strategies that are just like custom made for people to like use for reference. They often have the description of what it is within the name of it. So like using that for reference would make like the whole thing of dropping context far more smoother. Oh, I didn't. I wasn't typing. All right. So I want Helios on like first instance or whatever to take the name of the file into account so we can kind of figure out what stuff is, especially for things like when it's not like match data being imported, but rather like users like making up those strategies themselves for reference. Those descriptions often tell what those strategies are for, whether it's like for lineups or whether it's like they're studying a pro and looking at what how they entry onto site, right? And that's going to give Helios a lot more context on how we can interpret and try to give the person much more data. I had an idea, I just remember. Also, when evaluating the um, whenever like, oh, never mind, bro. Never mind, bro. Fucking hell. Never mind, bro. Never mind. Just send this to open code and let's go to sleep, bro. Fucking hell. What's better, Claude or anti gravity? I've been using open code actually, but Claude is better than anti gravity. That's just it. Anti gravity probably is better for certain use cases, but I found like the CLI, like using the CLI to do stuff like that, it's like been far more efficient and far more helpful for me rather than the other way around. Let's see, GitHub.com. I want to see if this is something you can hit. I'll set myself up a Google Vertex, but that shouldn't be too hard. Adding in-game data, and then merge back to main. Details. Why is Vercel failing? What's the reason? Flutter Web WASM. Does it not support WASM? No tree shake. Settings tab is reading from provider, match provider, show spawn barrier. Um, Map provider isn't defined. It is very much defined, twin. I don't know what's going on. That's 2 days ago though. Okay, that makes sense. Has it not taken from the most recent branch? Let's go to Icarus and deployments, and then we can check for that. Uh, what's the advantage of using a CLI? Sorry, I'm new to coding. Leo Dini, what I found like the advantage of using a CLI is the CLI can do multiple things other than just edit code on your computer. It can create new files, it can read images, it can like download images, it can do different stuff. Like I've truly seen the power of a CLI. When I was working on a feature for Icarus, which was required me to import Valorant match data from like of the Valorant API. So I literally had a couple of issues with, like have to do like image analysis. I told the CLI, take a bunch of these links I sent to you, download all the images, write a Python script that automatically takes those images and then finds the bounding boxes for them by checking for the transparency values. And it took those, analyzed those files, and took those results and put it into my code. So like having like an actual human being almost like do stuff for you, like it's like, oh my god, brain exploded into like a million billion pieces. Like that is so cool. You, how's it going, Udehi? I'm lucky, bro. Udehi, I'm AI pilled right now. I'm actually AI pilled so hard. Like I don't know I don't know what to do. I'm like cooked here. Uh, and then which is brain problem. Thanks so much. That helps a lot. No problem, man. But I've also been trying to figure out a way to allow for AI, like AI use while learning, right? Which is really the thing. What are you making with the chatbot? Oh my god, okay, so Udehi, I'm currently trying to submit Icarus into a hackathon that's ending in 24 hours. And they have a category called like AI analysis or whatever stuff. So right now I have a AI chat analysis, and essentially like the AI agent is able to take the Valorant match data, take a screenshot of like what's going on the screen, and able to like give you information on it using those AI and calling tools and all that stuff, which is really cool. So you're a part of Valorant Game Maker? No, I'm not necessarily a game maker for Valorant. I'm making a tool for Valorant rather. What model do I use? So for the image processing, because of the fact that this is heavily image based, I'm using Gemini, and so far it's not been LARPing. It's been really good. For example, I'm going to show you. I just use a random prompt. Analyze the current round win and condition of whatever first death trade plan. So as you can see, it's like working on all that stuff and analyzing all these data points, and give it a second for it to go through, and then boom. And then it gives me all this data, like for example, the win condition for the round into a chaotic A-side broth. You failed A main hold. Your team won by securing a rapid fire trades, which they did. We won by securing rapid fire trades because I fucking died in the first second, which is really funny. So yeah, and then you're able to click this links and get like references to the incidents that happen, and it like has all this information. Um, are you making like a rag, or is it just like passing in the DB for context? Would it be a rag? What rag AI retrieval augmentation generation to fetching relevant up to date from extra trusted sources before generating a response. I'm using a rag system. Yes. Well, I typically like to call it tool calling, but it's probably not what it is. But essentially, what I do is that I in my system, my system prompt. Let me go to my AI folder. Boom, boom, boom. I give it a bunch of tools it can use to gain additional reference. So, for example, if it needs like info on like which team is which or which player is which player, right? They can like call various tools to do several actions. So, for example, this is like I have a tool that takes a screenshot of the current map, or take a screenshot of a page, or like gives all this information to it. And I never explicitly pass like DB data necessarily. All right, that's fine. Good luck on your hackathon. You got this. Thank you, man. And you can get this done. This should be peak. Gemini is fire. Use it for my hackathon. Hella good output. Yeah, Gemini is like peak right now. Especially, oh my god, image recognition, visual recognition, visual data processing. So freaking peak. I love Gemini. If only they could do that shit for like Android though. Like fucking hell. So this is 1 hour ago. Holy crap! What the? Why is it switching between production and preview on its own? Is Vercel broken? So is this 2 hours ago? AI chat window. I want what? When's the next build after that? Like this? Okay, this built. Okay, nice. I can see the deployment for that. What am I building? I'm working on Icarus, the open source Valorant strategy creator, and right now I'm working on rounding it up for a hackathon. I'm entering a hackathon for like what $6,000. It's closing in like 24 hours. So I'm currently like rounding up the features I have, trying to get everything working so like I can like share it with the judges and stuff. So what I've been working on over the weekend is adding like an AI chat window. Even though I think like, for example, this is probably never gonna make it to actual production. I'm probably not gonna give my students my students, but my users AI chat window because they probably don't need it. But this was like to essentially meet with the hackathon's requirements because they required a AI match analysis and stuff. I was like, you know what, I'll do that. I just add that in there. So yeah. And right now, I added importing environment match data, which is also like really important. And this is definitely gonna make it to main. Like I'm definitely gonna work on eventually when I get like full API access from Valorant. I'll definitely get this working on production in like a couple weeks, and then we can get that going. I look forgot what I changed. Just open here. And then we can go authing me. Yes. Cool. So I can import match. Oh, it's only supported on Windows. Oh, that's funny. I'll figure that out. So it's doing this there. Okay. And then that should be fine. Okay. I was working on something else and I don't remember. I was planning on writing an article for Icarus using this info that I have here. So probably gonna be something I do later tonight. Do I have homework for my classes? I probably need to figure that out as well. I don't want to get cooked on homework. Let's see. This is my current freaking packet. I have a speed friending event this tonight, which is cool. I have what else? I have I probably have Japanese homework. I'll figure that out. Um, yeah, I'll figure it out later. See, if I had multiple, I'd be like, yo, multiple, go do that right now, and it would just like give me that info. Let's see. Is open code done? Yo, what's taking GPT 5.2 so long? I know I did high level of reasoning, but sometimes this shit takes a hot minute to like let it go. I probably should be using Codex, but still. I still haven't figured out how huge the performance difference between Codex and just like regular GPT 5.2 is. Um, so I can't do AI chat window stuff, but can I like look at this deployment for a second? Close. I can open a match and be like, "Yep, open the match." Boom, boom, bap. Oh, the AI chat window is there. Nice. Uh, what agent is on the map right now? It's able to visualize this. Hopefully, question mark, please. Because the match data is currently not loaded, I'm able to capture a visual screenshot of your canvas in this environment. I should have a match strategy open. If a specific page you want me to look at, please describe the icons you see. If you need to provide the agent's name or description of their icon, location, I'll give you. Oh, why is it not working on web? There's no match or roster data. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Uh, I remember you making your Valorant code map thing last year. Yeah, I've been working on this for almost a year, but it's almost done. Right now, after the features I just added for the hackathon, the next things would be to add online features, and I'm done. Yippee ki yay! So yeah, open code as a harness for GPT Codex is fire. Works on a GPT Plus plan. You know what I'm doing? I'm not even paying for GPT Plus. I'm using my GitHub Copilot like student plan to get access to all those models. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I found that GPT-5 is a lot better on long context window project. Like it doesn't lose the plot low key on long generations. Like Claude kind of loses the plot on long generations. I feel like that's just me though. I'm gonna be larping info, but yeah, Cloud Code over everything. I did use Cloud Code. Cloud Code actually got me into like using the CLI for stuff, but the rate limits are way too harsh. That's what I feel like with Cloud Code. Like I would use it for like 3 hours and then I just get fucking cooked. You pay for Opus Max 20x. I don't have. Oh my god, yeah, bro. The moment I get rich, we'll talk about that. But right now I'm a broke college student, so I don't have the funds to invest in stuff like that. Soon though, soon TM. Maybe I join like a Claude a Claude sponsorship or some shit, and then put me on. Your company pays for it. Oh, holy W's. Bro, I want to set up Multibot so bad, bro. I'll do that later today, and I'll probably get like a VPS to host it for now because I'm not home. Cause my original like I guess end game plan for Multibot is to use my old MacBook. Where's it at? It always disappears when I need it. But I have a MacBook Pro like a 2019, the Intel Max that has a broken screen but works perfectly fine, and I'm gonna use it as a like pseudo home server for Multibots and to do stuff. But right now I'm at my dorm, and my dorm's like network restrictions are kind of dog. So whenever I open a port, like they nuke me off the map. So I'm gonna wait till I get home, and then I'll do like a tail scale like remote VPN connection. I tried to do that. I wouldn't suggest it. They overheat badly. Really? I mean, if I just leave it like on, it does overheat really badly though. It overheats like really bad. That's the one thing about a computer that it like overheats like crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. Because I'm thinking maybe VPS or just having a Mac, whichever one like seems more viable. They aren't good for servers. I had a 2018 Mac and wouldn't even survive a movie server. God damn. Okay, maybe it might not be the best thing. There's some cheap VPS options. I might just VPS it then. It would also just. I mean, what would Multibot not be able to do? If I had it on a VPS. Let's see, Multibot on a VPS. I want to see. I'm really like which way is to do it. A basic Linux VPS works fine. Nice. We just need to install as what's running system D services. In a virtual machine allows resource environment with that VMware, virtual box. Okay. I definitely will try to set up CloudBot and a VPS, and I'll make a video on that. I'll be making more videos today, not tomorrow at least. If you need help with anything Ubuntu, I can probably help. Yeah, join Discord. I'll definitely like try to do it either tonight or tomorrow, and see how it's going. Any student debt? No, thankfully. My parents have done a lot to make sure that my bills get paid. Like I love my parents for that. Like that's the one thing like they just never falter on. Even though like anything happens, they're always like just like on that shit. I also got like a scholarship as well to like reduce my college bill or whatever, and Amazon also pays part of it, but it's still quite a lot. So yeah. But the goal is to not have student debt, which is just like a pain in the ass, honestly. Oh, speaking of that, my college is currently like low key scamming me. Like I won a scholarship and they haven't sent me the email to like accept the funds from it. So they're getting like I'm gonna like call them like tomorrow or something and see what's up with that. I did community college for a whole because of it. Yeah, like the reason why I didn't take the community college route and something I was honestly considering was because like my Amazon scholarship required I attended like a 4-year accredited institution. And I was like, oh fuck, I guess I have to like go to actually like a 4-year college and not transfer like halfway. So that's why I'm kind of here at this point. Also, LTM is a bit slow for me. I haven't read it for a while. What about Shadow Slave? Oh, Shadow Slave is fast. Like LTM is definitely slow. It took me quite a bit to get through, and even now I'm kind of stuck on the beginning of the Monarch. I haven't really got much to sit down and read it. But with Shadow Slave, oh my god, bro. No, Shadow Slave is it gets to the action really quick, and there's something about the world of Shadow Slave that just keeps you like immersed in it. Like the first arc, the Forgotten Shore arc is absolutely like beautiful. I have like zero words for it. Like it's actually like peak fiction right there. But eventually in the later arcs, it kind of like falls off, but it's still really good. It's still a pretty high bar. And I would say try to read Shadow Slave as much as away from the community as possible. Like, as you know, with like this is like with everything, but with weekly releases of like media, people often like start to lose the plot on like evaluating the media as like a piece of work, and they just start like hating on it for no reason. Like they start hating on like, oh my god, the writer is so dog, or this bad, but like you know what I mean. So, um, try to like distance your evaluation. Hello. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, yeah, but try to distance yourself away from the community. And that's in the early phase of it. You should definitely give it a try. It's so good. Let's see what GVD comes up with. Oh, it's done. Nice. So what did it change here? Avoid generic commentary. You can create. Uh, get visible right. Get screenshot page. This is strategy name and active page name. If you also want Helos to use no subscription text, it would be able to identify where the description is stored. But right now, strategy doesn't have a description and a field only. Lineups have notes. Yeah, that's fine. Um, so let me see. Okay, let's test this. I need to do a hot reload though, and we can see how that works. Uh, Also heard it was getting a manhwa soon. Yeah, it's getting a manhwa. I'm low key kind of scared of what it's gonna look like because again, I read the entire thing and the author's world building is so good that I couldn't have it any other way. Like the way I like generated those fights in my mind and the grand scale and the beauty of everything in that world is like I don't think anything could replicate what I imagined in my mind, right? And I can't stop reading manhwa. It's like I'm a stage away from fully reading LNs. Bro, no. As somebody who like was manhwa goaded and I went to LNs, I would definitely say like you never stop reading manhwa. Like I was reading light novels for quite a bit, and then I went back to manhwa because like manhwa is just so brain rot. Like not brain rot in the fact that okay like the stories suck, but it's so easy to consume. I can just sit down and just scroll and just like keep like having several different stories. So yeah. Am I dev for Valorant? No, but I make Valorant applications. Yeah. Pick me up Infinite Gotcha. Oh my god, that's peak. That's peak. You don't ball. You don't ball. Legend of Northern Blade as well. Yeah. Return of the Montour sect. Oh my god, that's peak. Hardcore Leveling Warrior. That's peak. I read that like 6 months ago, bro. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's do. Uh, what do you think about my notes for jet entry on Abyss after studying Zekken? The World After the Fall. I read the World After the Fall when it had like 40 chapters, and I low-key thought it was interesting, but it wasn't interesting enough for me. I should low-key go back to reading it. Findings. Your research about Zircon burning up Jeff along with dash on B main interest key on Abyss site vertical high upper back site platform, and the danger box makes it harmless dash insufficient for clearing high ground angles. A site priority as a common defensive hold for it under the deep right corner to catch landing jet. Clear this is mid dash forces defense to take a timing duel or retreat. Noticing that floats in the open with all highlights are confidence and pathing with knives. The moment penalties removed, allowing them to keep unconventional um, angles and stuff. You're tracking initially. This is like fire. What about ORV? Yeah, I read ORV. ORV is good. I have a friend who's really, really obsessed with it, and she talks about it like all the time. It's interesting, just a little complex. Chapter 213 now. Oh my, how long has it been since I read that, bruh? Have I read Eliseed? Okay, so with Eliseed, I low-key tried to reach the first like 10 chapters on it of it, and I kind of dropped it. I'll pick it up back again. I know Eliseed is peak. I know Eliseed is peak, guys. But I'll give it a try again soon. TM. But yeah, it's the same thing with Noblesse. Like I read Noblesse like the first like 10 chapters, and I low-key kind of dropped it. Reincarnated Stream. I've not read that. Hold on. Reincarnator Stream. Maybe the name might be different, or let's look at this. This is new gen, right? 35. Oh yeah, 35 chapters. Yeah, I don't read anything below 40 chapters. At my best is like 100 chapters plus because I binge really fast. Yeah, Super Scans and Soul Buns, they used to be goaded, and then they started like charging for pirated stuff. Absolutely insane people, by the way. But yeah, they took down comic as well, which kind of makes me like sad. Before committing to. Oh, it ranks. Oh, everything Moe, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna drop this. I'm not gonna drop ball game. Have I read Tomb Raider King? Yes, I read Tomb Raider King up to like chapter 80 or 90 or whatever, and it's pretty good. But I low-key got like bored halfway through. But apparently it's finished, which I think is cool. I would have finished it, I guess, but like they took down comic. So yeah. Manga reading, comics. This is the one this is my site. This is the site I use. At Sumeru. But I guess comics might be better. I'll look it up. I don't wanna drop this site and like fuck everybody up. So we'll do it later. Also, I hate the gatekeepers because if you know it, big corporations know it for sure. Yeah, comic was not underground as fuck, bro. It was not. Cause this is my site right now. I use the site a lot. Oh yeah, the library for Atsumaru, it's like a little bit low. Like some stuff is always getting added later. So low key, I might start using this instead. I don't know about this. Wait, this is so much peak I haven't known about. Okay, guys, I might not be streaming for a couple of days. You will know this is why I'm gonna be reading. Uh, comics is wait, which site? The one you gave me, everything that more. I think it's peak. It's gonna be my pin tabs. I'm gonna use it for a bit. Uh, the I'm building a manhwa reader app myself, designed it all, and then building it with Flutter. Nice. Yo, when it's done, hit me up, bro. Cause I was using a manhwa reader app called like Light Novel dot. Well, for light novels rather, a reader app for light novels, and that's what I used to read Shadow Slave on. But it got taken down, which made me really sad. Manga Fire UI is pretty good. I also read a manhwa called Hand Jump recently. It's peak. I feel like the thing with like making a manhwa pirate site is like finding the data though, like getting the chapters onto your application. We'll do once it's done. Yes. Okay. Fire. If you can add reading light novels as well, bro. Because well, there are apps that allow you to read light novels like pretty easily, but I would want one with like a much more suffice like uh feature base, like including comments and all that stuff. But I'm not putting pressure on you. I'm just giving you ideas out there because like the best one for mobile at least just got taken down like 6 months ago or something. So yeah. The novel, read novel, this book, novel fire. It's pretty. This is what I used to use, Light Novel World, but it got taken down. I swear. Yeah. Oh, are they back now? I guess they are. But yeah, like they got absolutely cooked. Yeah, how's it going, Gomez? The main ones I use is manga, katana, but I also use comics a lot though. I definitely want like just being able to track all of the manhwa I've read in like one singular place. And I've lost so much already. I have like my manga, manhwa list of read manhwa, and it's like all of my like manhwas I've read. It's not even updated. It's up to like before I started using what is it? Before I started using uh comics. That is, this is like all of my stuff. What happened to my Roblox game? My Roblox game is currently on a hiatus. I have to finish the project I'm working on, which is Icarus. I want to finish it and get it ready for a hackathon. So after that is done, I'll be ready to keep working on the Roblox game. Um, my anime list recently added manhwa section, so I use that. Nice, but I don't really bother tracking it. I want to read mangas, but can't be bothered to pay. Just pirate it, bro. Ain't nobody paying for that shit. I'm gonna tell you that much. Dara. I think this is my list for like ratings of everyone I read. It's like what? It's like 2 years old though. This is 2 years old. Uh, W everything, bro. Thank you, man. Where's the hackathon? The hackathon is a virtual hackathon. So it's the JetBrains like Sky's the Limit hackathon. It's essentially a hackathon for Valorant and League of Legends like tools and applications. And hey, Icarus is one, so I'm gonna use that method to get stuff off. But I don't want a virus low. I would say yeah, get an ad blocker. At least what from what I've seen, Atsumaru does not have ads, which is pretty cool. I have ad blocker, so I could not tell you if they have ads, but nothing's been downloaded as long as I have an ad blocker. Nano machine is buns now. No, yeah, it just turned into hand cutting simulator, bro. When I when I made this list, it's like OG nano machine, bro. But it was actually kind of good. But now it's just hand cutting simulator, bro. It is still good enough slop though. It's like slop, but it's good enough slop. And then what else again? The Oh, this is peak. I like this one so much, bro. The Lord's coins are decreasing. It's like so peak. It's like so many like genres combining into each other. Be getting worse on YouTube. Yeah. I use that's why I low-key use Zen browser because with Zen browser I have the fully unfiltered version of ad blocker, uBlock Origin, right? Because like Chrome made this update that kind of nicked a bunch of ad blockers and made them really less better essentially. So by using Zen browser, which is like a fork of Firefox, I just get to use ad blockers in their full power and I don't get ads. Um, how's it going, T Crass? All right, let's go back to here. Honestly, I think what I should figure out is my distribution of Icarus. Try it out links, or we can try out code. I'm gonna go github.com and then yeah. What's the website? The website for what exactly? Because I need a site reference. Uh, Miss Night Mayhem. Oh, I read Miss Night Mayhem. It's fire, but low key. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like characters who are just like villains that just kill people. I kind of need like some kind of depth to like I don't like pure revenge stories. I know like Mr. Mayhem is not even like a revenge story. 'Cause he's just living his life like a like a fucking goat and like just doing whatever the fuck he wants. But I don't like revenge stories because like, it's like bro, yes, okay, we're killing all these people, but like I want interesting characters that actually have like long lived depth and like character development to them. And then with revenge stories, I feel like everybody dies before they even get like developed, which kind of sucks. A 2 hour in-person interview Thursday, feeling scared, bro. Honestly, I would say try to like practice it. Like maybe just record yourself for 2 hours, just gap it on to yourself. I feel like that would be fire. Or use ChatGPT as a reference. Like ChatGPT has a voice mode, right? So just talk to it for a bit. Hand jumper. All right, I'm gonna add to my list. Hand jumper manhua. I'll add it to my list of things to read. Did you finish the play? So yeah, the thing. Okay, so my thing right now, Better Days, is that I'm kind of stuck in how do I deploy this, right? So I'm stuck between two things. Right now, I'm deploying it for a hackathon, right? So this is for a hackathon, and the changes that I made here are not going to be. I don't want to give these to my users. Reason being why I don't want to give this to my users is just because of the fact that give me a second. My brain is processing the information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, it's because like I'm not planning on adding this to Icarus yet. Maybe in like the next like 3 months I'll add it. But right now, it's just like a boosh, go into the wind type thing. So I'm probably gonna have to like host it somewhere else and have like a separate hidden link that people can click to get access to it. But yeah. What's my journey so far? So Andy, my journey has been the most. I would say it's the most typical journey, but the most unoptimized journey ever. So I started off learning how to program with wanting to make video games, wanting to make Roblox games in like 2019. And so I started off with Roblox dev. I was a script kiddie through and through, watching like multiple YouTube tutorials and not really building anything that meaningful in all honesty. And then I was like, you know what? The reason why my games are not good is not because I suck as a programmer. It's because I'm using the wrong tool. So I go and I learn Unity and I do that for like 2 to 3 months and I eventually just give up. Reason being, I kind of realized like, yo, game dev is hard as fuck. There's so many disciplines to know, like game design, art design, sound, and all these different moving pieces. It's kind of hard to like get one thing down. So eventually I was like, you know what? I'm done with programming. I didn't program for like 2 to 3 years ish. And eventually I regained the spark because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna build a tool for my school because like what happened? My school's like grade calculation system was absolutely buns. They would change the way grades were calculated every single like year almost, and the way they calculate grades were with, like Excel sheets, which was like absolutely horrible. If you guys have ever had and dealt with Excel sheets, you know what I'm talking about. So I built a tool to address that, and since then I was like, wow, I can actually build things myself, and I can actually like figure things out. And then since then it's been over. I've just been doing this consistently. So yeah. Let me just go into here. Icarus Strats XYZ. I'd want to say download and then. Okay, I'm gonna give a prompt to this. All right, so I want you to make a separate page for a hackathon to download a very, very experimental version of Icarus that essentially, what is it? A very experimental version of Icarus that is specifically for the hackathon. And it's gonna have breaking changes. It's not gonna align with the current version. So just like inform that on the page that, hey, this is for a hackathon. If you download this, your strategies might get screwed. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah. But yeah, still be like, eventually some of these features will get implemented. But yeah, this was like developed for the hackathon. And have a download link as well. So I'm gonna take this. Also, make sure it's in the same theme as the entire site. Thank you. And then, did you ever go back to reading Slop? I mean, yes. Right now, I'm reading. What am I reading right now? Give me a second to figure that out. I can show you guys on Atsumaru actually. Atsu.more. And then right now, I'm reading the Last Adventurer right now. I also read Superhuman Era, which is peak. So yeah, this is what I've been reading for a bit. As you can see, this is actually Ordeal as what Ordeal is peak. Is Lua easy to learn? I would say Lua, yeah, Lua is pretty easy to learn. There's sort of like a scope of reference of other languages. Lua is very easy to learn. Oh, this is Shimi Swordmaster is low-key peak. I like it so much. But yeah, also this is good. Art of Reincarnation is good as well. I think I read this actually. Or did I not read this? No, I definitely read this. No, I definitely read this. There's an app that keeps up the manhwa you read. Yeah, the one I like, I call it Sumeru. It's like a site where you read manhwa on. So that's like how I keep up with the manhwa I read essentially. Also, Book Eater. Oh my god, this is peak manhwa, but it got discontinued, which kind of sucks, bro. Like this, I love this so much. The art style is very unique. The concept is very unique. It's like, bro, I wish for this to come back, but it's never ever coming back, bro. And this is a pirate site? Yes, it is. Have I read Eternally Regressive Night? Yes, I have. Oh my god, Eternally Regressive Night is like it's like basically Dark Souls. Like I like the concept of it being basically Dark Souls, and also the art style is very very good. The fluidity of motion in like combat is really good. Another one that has really good like combat fluidity in like their like action panels is it's really popular right now. But I read it when it was really early on. It's going to be like what trending. Where's it at? It's gonna be one of these. I'll go to see more. It's probably on here. It's something about the mercenary machinations or whatever. Let's see. Ah, this manhwa. The fluidity in here is absolutely peak. I can't like the fight scenes are always peak. Like it's so good. But yeah. Oh yeah, well, yeah, 4 you literally read my mind. But yeah, when I read like the first few chapters, I was like, yo, is this peak? Literally. All right, so let's go back to figuring out this prompt. I'm gonna do another open code instance. So cd back cd Icarus home, and then I'm gonna do open code, and then I'm gonna get that done. W dorm room. Thank you, man. I'm actually rooming with my high school mates, so it's been pretty fun. All right, let's go. Oh, what college do I go to? I go to UMBC. So this is fire. We'll get that going. And I want to also write an article on this, so that would be cool. I forgot I have to make a video about this. I'll make a video tonight. It's fine. It's like a 3-minute demo video. Who cares? University, Matt Boston College. No, it's University of Maryland, Baltimore County. You're near me. Fire. If y'all pull up to like the next UMD hackathon, I will be there. Don't worry. All right. So let open code hack at this like in the freaking background. While what else should I be multitasking on? I guess I should be working on the article I'm gonna write. Am I a sophomore or am I a freshman? I'm a freshman right now. Primary vault, and I want to particularly work on the article Icarus article. Here, I'm gonna take this article and I'm gonna go through as I didn't even know UMBC ran hackathons. Yeah, we run a pretty big enough hackathon, and UMD's hackathon is like way bigger than us. So yeah. I guess the local hackathons I will be pulling up to is the John Hopkins one that's gonna happen this year. I'm gonna pull up to the UMBC one, of course. The UMD one we're pulling up to. I think there's Hack Harvard. I'll try to pull up to if they let me in. I tried to pull up to Stanford hackathon. They did not let my ass in. What else? Apart from that, like low key, I don't know. Any other one that y'all bring up to me, I will go up to. So yeah, as long as I'm in the vicinity, of course. Oh, Technica. I was at Technica as well this year. Hack my way in. I don't have enough aura, bro. Like Loki, I've done like should I do a video of like dancing my way into hack Stanford and then just getting in? I got fucking cooked there. This is cool. And then I can get that done. And then I should be good. They kicked. They didn't even say anything, law. Yeah, I got a rejection letter. I got rejected for hack Stanford at least. So that's how I got my ass fucking cooked. Let me see if I can find the email. Uh, Stanford. Yes. application update. You didn't make it. I got so it is what it is. It happens. But maybe next year though. Next year I have enough aura to get in. Anyone for advice? Any advice for just starting to learn coding or programming in any language? I would say Albert. The most important thing is interest and knowing that it's okay to feel stupid and just asking a bunch of questions. I would say find something that you want to do in programming. Like have a goal. Do you want to build like a small little script to help you with your daily life? Do you want to work on a small web app? Do you want to build a blog for yourself? Do you want to put like a resume hosting thing so you can host your resume and drop people's links? Figure out how, like what you want to do and then learn the process of doing that. And that's going to expose you to a lot more surfaces of area and you can find more points to pick off of and explore in your life, right? Because the point of programming is to create, it's to build something, right? So by following the approach of having an end goal of something you want to build, it often like rewires your brain to think about building, which is what you need to do to get a better developer. Just think about building constantly. You need to think about what to build, how to build it, and how to go about things, right? Which is really, really important. And that keeps you motivated, bro. Like in conclusion with like Robin Hood's question is it keeps you motivated. And Robin is actually the reverse because vibe coding keeps me more motivated because now the cost to go explore an idea within programming is almost zero now. Because before it'd be like, okay, I had this one project I want to try out. Oh, that means I have to stop what I'm currently doing and spend like 2 to 3 weeks coding this up and making sure it works. But now you can just be like, yo, Claude, GPT, go do that and explore the project and see what happens. For example, something I explored recently would be I started playing Hytale when it first came out, and I wanted to build a app that allowed me to make custom block palettes, right? And I was like, you know what? I want to do that myself. So I built this little web app in 2 days, live online sync, everything, logging in, and everything works 100% correct, right? And that allows me to create custom block palettes within Hytale. And that was like, oh my god, that's so cool. That's like an idea I can just do like randomly, right? You know what I mean? So that's what I would say is like the peak is like now the incentive and the cost of like creating a small side project is almost zero. There's no reason why you shouldn't be, honestly, right? Also heard GTA 6 is going to allow map making. Do you think there's going to be money in that? Lol, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's money in Fortnite map making and GTA. In fact, GTA already has a huge community with the 5M stuff of like creating custom mods for stuff in a user marketplace. If they're going to like actually integrate that into be an actual platform, there's going to be a lot of money in that, no doubt. 5M uses Lua lol. Yeah, I think I have a friend who's like a 5M dev that I've talked to before. And they're pretty chill. I'm just gonna turn the music slightly up. That's cool. Alright, let's go back to lock in. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's building. Nice. Alright. It's not generated right. If I'm wishing ever. Alright, where am I from? I am from what? Maryland. That is. It's just like where am I from ethnically or where am I from like right now? Oh my god, my water bottle is on my face. um I'm blocked on. What are the real URLs? How can I build download URLs, at least Windows, to replace with placeholders? Vote for a hackbot, a URL replace. What? To a hackathon link. All right, let me do a CD. Actually, I can just do this. No, cancel, and then Claire, and then I can do. How does one apply C and C++ to blockchain? I have zero idea. Firebase in 2026, dude, we left that behind us. No. Okay. Don't get mad at me. The only reason why I'm using blockchain, what the fuck? Why I'm using Firebase is because Firebase has a good like Gen AI SDK. I'm not using it for auth at all. No auth on Firebase. I'm using it for the AI SDK, which allows me to like integrate with Gemini really easily, and I don't have to do shit, right? So yeah. But I'm using that for the hackathon project, by the way, guys. Speed is what matters the most, yes, not maintainability right now. But yeah, I'm pretty anti Firebase because that gives me aura. All right, let's look at with the freaking packet. What the freaking kind of terminal is this? I'm gonna close it. All right, cde slash projects slash Icarus slash home, and then boom, and then npm run dev. Probably should run cursor this and then run npm run dev from there. That'd be better. Please, which site can I use if I can't have access to Visual Studio? Guys, if you don't know something, but Visual Studio has this thing called code spaces where you can put up like Visual Code instances in your terminal using GitHub. So look into like using code spaces. At least that's what I did whenever I didn't have access to my computer at school. OpenCode does that all the time. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, where's cursor opening, please? Okay, nice. All right, npm run dev. Open. All right, I want to open this in my actual browser, not a small link in cursor, please. I don't care about this. All right, open up, and then I want to do slash hackathon. Yes. Okay, hackathon edition, very experimental occurrence. For the hackathon, breakage does not align with current bubbly beta. Your strategies may not load correctly or behave differently. These will can break any strategy files workflow. Sorry, not sorry. Some of these features will land in the main line later. That's really funny. All right, but yeah. Have I read SS Class Revival Hunter? Yes. Yeah. I've read it. It's the one where like when he dies he like revives back like when he himself. You know what I mean? But yeah. Which particular site is the best? I would say I've only used GitHub Code Spaces. So try and look at GitHub Code Spaces. I don't have any other ones that I know off the top of my head. Download coming soon. You know what? I'm gonna change this so main.dart. At least for the hackathon version of Icarus, I can make it use a different path for saving things and stuff. So app support directory path, get temporary support directory. If we can initialize Hive in a different path, then there would be no breaking changes. And that wouldn't affect stuff like the images, because the images are gonna still it does do a pass on all the images and tries to delete stuff that doesn't exist. A LARP, 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 Sahora. Honestly, that's what I'm doing right now. Let me go through here. Okay. I'm actually gonna CD and do another open code instance. Yes, guys. I'm a peak LARPer now. Open code. And I wanted to go through and essentially go through all the okay. So I need somewhere to type this in. Because okay. Can you go in and make sure that all the path files, for example, so like the Hive initialization directory or where images are stored and all that stuff in relation to saving things for the application is now stored in a separate directory and it's like sectioned off, because this is the hackathon edition of Icarus and I don't want it to affect people's like normal installations. So could you please do that? Thank you. Installation data. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna just send myself a freaking file soon. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember anything these days, lol. Yeah, same as well, bro. It happens. Like Moltbots is looking like my dream for shit. Uh, alright, plan mode. I think this is like a code, a build thing. I can just tell to go do. All right, let's go back to here. How's it going, Oblivious Core? I think I'm almost done with Icarus as like a thing. This is like so stressful and not stressful at the same time. It's just quite a doozy. I wonder if there's errors when I export this. Export. Actually, the Ica export. Let's see what it turns into. Also, guys, whenever I export stuff, it's actually just a zip file. Like, look anyone, it's just a zip file. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, I've changed to .zip. .zip. Yes. So WinRAR extract to match data. Open code is not the way to go. Need 3 cloud agents all at once managing your life. Bro, eventually I'll get there. Once I stop being broke, honestly. Grok could one-shot this? Really? Could Grok one-shot it? I have very, very a lot of doubts on Grok's ability to one-shot this, but I'll humor you in that factor. Can it sort out this data? Thank you. So it's like all the JSON data, right? But this does not include the fact that it's from a match, which to me is fine, not necessarily crazy. I didn't make any crazy changes to the data model in itself, so okay, not that bad. It would just lose context, which is really, really important. Yo, what's up, bro? I'm a sophomore. What projects do you recommend doing to get an internship at Amazon? I would say, right now, especially like in the age of like AI, where it's like easy enough to spin up a project, I would say try to build long-lived projects. And the best way to build long-lived projects is literally just be like, what in my life is pissing me off, and how can I use code to fix it? Right? So number one, you have a project that you can like be committed to because it helps you do something in your life and make something in your life better. Number two, and make sure that you actually build the right solution, because if you know the problem, you're intimately familiar with it, the chances you build the wrong thing are very, very low. It also makes it so like the problem you're solving is something that other people have, because you're human, and the chances that you have a problem means other people have that problem as well. But it also gives you a story as well to tell on that project. So like just building with the approach of being like, hey, how can I build something to augment my life? Like right now, a project I'm seriously considering. This is why I want to like low key like hop on multibots pretty soon. Is agentic like managing my life a little bit, because like I need something that's like a personal assistant instead of like tracking tasks, but much more autonomous on its own and being able to do stuff and like having all these different tools and abilities. Because right now everything just seems so severed into very different spaces. And the cool thing I've seen about multibots is they can do a bunch of different things, which is really cool. So yeah. Uh, the what tech is this? This application was built in Flutter. So as far as tech goes, that's what's going on there. The Okay, and then I'm just gonna wait till that is done. Let's go to the terminal and see. Do I have any tasks I wanted to add that I didn't get to do? I wonder. Oh, I have to check my Akiflow. Ah, Akiflow. Okay. So, sort by newest on top. So I don't have any yet, actually. So I'm done. I'm done in terms of like adding features to Icarus, which is cool. Now I just have to get all my stuff updated and built out. It's kind of scary a little bit. It's like very scary, but it's fine. I've done the best I could do. Also, I do remember I have to go to an event in like an hour. Speed friending event, guys. I'm gonna like meet a bunch of people in my college and like make friends. I know, going outside, scary stuff, but it is something like I have committed myself to doing this year. This year is the year of actually going outside, guys. So yeah. Uh, but yeah, while that is going, let me look at so today is 0201. What the freaking packet? So is that today? Question mark? Or was that yesterday? That was yesterday. Uh oh, I missed the event. The event is absolutely gone and dusted and gone. When it's 6 hours ago, it's today. What's okay? Oh my god, stay yes would follow. All right, and then we'll get this done. Yeah, it was yesterday, so I guess I'm not making friends at all. That sounds funny, but it's actually true. All right. I'll still try to pull up at 6 p.m. and see what's popping, but I doubt people are gonna be there. All right, so let that do that much, and then I want to simply, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, the Icarus demo site, which is this, right? So this is what the demo would look like whenever people want to like download stuff. So yeah, builds can break existing strategy files and workflows. Sorry, not sorry, but some. I'm streaming from my dorm. Yes, I am. Honestly, I think I'm almost done with stuff here. Just of rounding things up. All right. All right. Let's see what's been generated. No, it's still generating. Okay. Okay. We just wait. We wait. Sit down and think about what else to do next. Oh yeah, the article I'm writing. I probably won't bore you guys with like when I'm doing this. It's still gonna be word bomb, and then I'll figure out how to get that down. One thing I have to definitely do is the demo video, and I would love if I could get OAuth working with Valorant. I think I should find the resources for that. That's a good thing I should be doing right now. So going through here and figuring out the resources for OAuth would be nice. Weapon skins, blah blah blah. Help. Unable to auth users. All right, this is really really important. I understand feeds will be passed from the get request to this URL to put in this request. I believe the session error, blah, blah, blah. I haven't tried auth method. With cookies, it's easy. With client credentials, username and password, you need to solve H capture, and it's not that easy. I wouldn't mind using either. Blah, blah, blah. I must use the SSID and the CS. Oh, my freaking packet. I'll figure that out. Are you surprised that with the amount of people that Amazon let go of? Yes, some people lose their jobs and all the time, anyways. But also, not to be insensitive to people who lost their jobs. But it's actually not even their fault. It's like management fault. Like during the pandemic, they hired like way too many people than they could like keep. And now that we're in like, guys, we're in a recession. Don't know, right? But things are not going that good. Our profits are kind of declining. So people are getting let go, which kind of sucks. Uh, all right, I'll be figuring out how to do hot auth eventually. Soon, TM. Uh, the let's see setups. That's like setups, right? Is it worth getting a CS degree in college nowadays? For no. I mean, question depends on your state. I think like getting a CS degree is still like very worth it as a way of like, hey, I have this check mark that says I know what I'm doing somewhat. But I think more than ever, it's the time you put outside of college is way more important than a CS degree. Like just taking your CS degree and just like only following your class is gonna get you cooked. You need to actually put work outside of school and build things that are really, really important. So your ability to build is definitely can bridge that gap between hey not having like a CS degree, but then again, it also impacts like the amount of who you can meet, right? If you're not taking a CS degree, I would like want you to be like very active on Twitter, very active on these online spaces, meeting people, trying to go to like as much like events as possible, because like when you're not going to college, you kind of miss out on these socializing events and meeting people in your major as well and knowing more devs that increases your surface area and make sure you can get more opportunities, right? So if you don't have that avenue, you're going to have to seek out more opportunities yourself manually, right? And catch some eyes yourself. Are you still working on Icarus, Dara? Yes, I am. Still working on Icarus. Look, I'm getting parched real quick, so I'm going to have to use the bathroom in like, what, 10 minutes? And I'll get some water, and then we'll be back to working on things. Check the directory to still the strategy, but not your strategy. Strategy ID. It's okay, the image still works with the some issue where the strategy or checks the strategy root exists because it creates a directory if it's missing. I might need to rethink whether or not it creates the strategy. It can Lisa. Bro, it's all it does is changing directories in some places. Why is it losing its mind, bro? I've opted on vibe coding, yes. And no, technically. Like the reason why I'm looking going hard on vibe coding right now, at least, is because I have a hackathon that's due in like 22 hours, and I don't have time for all that bullshit. So we're gonna go through that. I'm also experimenting with these tools. I haven't had time to really sit down and like see what their limits are, see what they can do, what they can't do, how to get better at prompt generation, how to optimize my workflow and stuff. So yeah. I wanted to contribute to Icarus, but I don't know how to run it on Android Studio. I think the README needs some work. Oh yeah, definitely 4.4. Kai, whatever. The README needs some work. I literally have nothing about like dev docs or whatever. So if you join the Discord and you can hit me up and ask me questions, I will like drop info for you on how to get it to run on Android Studio. So don't worry. But it should work on Android Studio. Hopefully, please. I don't think there's any um issues with setting up Icarus. It should work on every laptop you like run it on, I think. So yeah. No way the goat is live. Yes, I'm live. Do you want me to advise you, Dara? I mean, drop some if you have some ball knowledge, drop it, bro. Like, all right, let's wait for this. Is like, why is it taking so long to do this, bro? Guys, do you want to guess how much of my GitHub Copilot usage I've used within the past 2 days? Probably like a whole lot. Let's go to settings. This is gonna be what? Copilot features. I've used 13% of my requests. Keep in mind the month just started. Let's check on TikTok. I'll definitely check my TikTok, but if you want to access me like the fastest ways, then definitely Discord. Any advice on getting software job in this market? I would say the T max, the 3 max is what I like to call them. So project maxing, companies want to see like long form projects, and your projects speak more about you than like anything in a resume, even like a resume maxing. Like it isn't really that important. So building really good projects, I would say. Number 2, networking is really important. So going to events, meeting more people, because the more people you meet, the more of your surface area is widened, and the more people know about you, your skills, and your capabilities. It's very, very important to network max and be everywhere. And the third one would be like interview maxing, which is like doing lead code and all that stuff. But if you want more detailed advice on like how to get a job in this market, I literally just made a YouTube video about that. Well, I made a YouTube video of reacting to a YouTube video and then dropping my comments as somebody who has a job or whatever as a freshman, right? And I dropped some ball knowledge in there and like my strategy and plan on how I did a lot of my things. So yeah, so check this video out. It's long. It's like an hour 20, but I believe this video is like absolutely like a gold mine. Like if I was like 2 years ago and I watched this video, I would be like, fucking hell, this is like peak right here. So I would say watch this video. It's a long listen. You don't even need visuals to listen to it, honestly. Like you can turn it off, wash your dishes, like do whatever thing I have it in the background. So yeah. Drop my Discord. My Discord is in my link. So if you go to my link in my profile, you can like hit it up right there. What kind of projects should I make? I would say the projects you should make are stuff that pertains to you. So like for example, my main like equation I give people to like get them a good project is be like find something that pisses you off in your life and use code to fix it, because you're gonna get something that you want to actually work on because it actually affects your life and improves your life in meaningful ways. It also is gonna make you build the right solution because it's a problem that you have. And it's also gonna make it so that the solution you build will be useful for other people, because it's just you have a problem means other people have the same problem as well, right? So all of these things coalesce into like one giant pyramid of building a project. It's going to be like quite a bit to work on, but it's also very, very useful and shows actual value and actual initiative in what you're building. Have I heard about GSOC? No, I haven't. Uh, how much experience in programming did you have when you did my first hackathon? I had like about a year or 2 years of programming, but I wouldn't say you need programming experience to join a hackathon. I'd say like try to get into a hackathon as soon as possible. Like I mean it. Hackathons are the best social events for people who are just starting up because you can meet a lot of people who are interested in what you're doing. It also like shows you that there's a lot of people like better than you. Not in like a bad way, but like in a good way. Like, oh my god, I want to get motivated and work on stuff more. Like when I went to my first hackathon, I realized like, yo, I'm not the only goaded like 17-year-old. There's a bunch of people who are more younger than me. They're more goaded than me, and I want to wish to learn from. And like their passion and their drive, I want to take that and multiply that and like 30x that into me becoming better. Right? The, 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 the. Bro, you talk so much. We do like it, but sometimes it gets better to reduce and get to the point faster. I mean, it happens. I try to like optimize the workflow, but like again, I'm speaking off the dome, so it happens. All right, thanks. I've been trying for, and often than not, I like to give people the reasoning to my actions. They say you teach a man how to fish and not just give him fish, right? So I want to have people like understand how I got to my approach, so they can use that knowledge and that technology and that way of thinking to apply it to their life. And then when I'm not there, they can actually do shit with their life, right? Uh, all right, things I've been training for 4 years with a degree, no luck in finding a job. Yeah, I would say TrainMon, obviously the most meta. Uh, look for like this month in your area. What events are happening? Just try to embed yourself into the space and build something cool. And people will notice you, and people will want to talk to you, and people want to be with you because the people you know are your resources. I'm gonna tell you that much. Um, so yeah. All right, let's go back to is it done? It's done. Nice. So now it uses a different directory. I'm curious as to what it changed. Can I read this, please? Can I jump to the end? And okay, nice. I split all on-disk app data for Hackathon into a dedicated edition scope folder, so we won't touch no more Icarus install data. So support Icarus Hackathon Hive and the lib main.dart, and it uses this, and then it uses that, and then okay, moved Windows Web 2 data to that. Namespace temp and nice, nice. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's really important because I don't want to mess up people's install data, which is really, really important. Uh, drop a Discord, bro. I can drop it in chat, actually. You know what? That's just probably gonna help you. Uh, that should be better. Let's see this right here. So while that builds, what else can I be working on? I had an inkling of an idea. Oh yeah, implementing OAuth, which is gonna be like a freaking packet to figure out. API. So let's look at this, guys. Docs and then endpoints. And I want to look at specifically stuff for auth. Theme, spray, version, bundles, flex, gear. This is the endpoints, right? I remember me, right, Dara? I mean, I don't know. I remember that name vividly, but I might just like forget. Let's look at this right here. Manifest ID, agents, endpoints, bundles, buddies, contracts, themes, sessions, seasons. Doesn't feel like this is the right API. Valorant, dash Valorant, Valorant strategy creator, Valorant. Can I search my history and just search for Valorant? That'd be kind of important. Is it Control J? History, Valorant. Valorant API, Valorant. Wikipedia, Valorant, Valorant. Oh, the spot tube guy. Oh yeah, no, I remember you now. Do you normally create your own backend or use an open source one? Honestly, I would say just there's no reason to create your own backend unless you're doing it for fun nowadays. Don't like give yourself like 20 billion million headaches. So yeah. For example, like I heard somebody talk about like rolling their own auth. Why? Why would you do that in 2026? Really? Like just use like what is it? Is it open auth or something? Like literally this free things you should be using. And don't like worry yourself about problems that are already solved. Uh I can't find what I'm looking for here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, nice. Oh, I can get API keys from here. Ooh. Henrique, my freaking goat. Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, that's my full name. That's my full name. Let's go to I guess this is the API documentation, API keys, total request success rate. I mean, okay, what is this? 30 requests a minute, suitable for Twitch bots education purpose. How to code. 90 requests public discussion board. Rate limit you requested. Production use will only grant will only happen with a valid reason. Rito games. So documentation is right here. General API reference accounts. It's literally the same thing, right? Match lists. It's literally the same match GTO, right? PC, all of this stuff. Kill time and round. Okay, teams. Blue. Hopefully this seems fine. How do you contribute to open source projects? I'm a beginner. Okay. Sukhpreet, I'm gonna say this to you in the most simplest of ways. Do not contribute to open source. Do not force yourself to contribute to open source. The only valid time that you want to be contributing to open source is if you're using an open source tool and you found a problem in it yourself that you're using, and then you go contribute to it. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people end up saying, oh yeah, I want to contribute to open source. But then they basically just file like dog shit PRs, waste not only the time of the open source devs, but their times as well. And it's like, bro, you shouldn't be using open source as a badge marker, right? So I'll honestly evaluate what tools do I use right now. Do they have any problems or anything I want to like fix within them? And then go ahead and fix the issues, right? So yeah, that's my take on that. A lot of people's take might be different, but that's my honest take on that. If you have, like, for example, I have this app I use all the time, like called the Cap Screenshots or whatever. And this is like an ideal project for me to contribute to because like it's peak, but it crashes so much and it's so unstable, right? So, yeah. So I like this is like something like I would say, okay, go contribute to that open source. But like this is like it's literally so unstable, like I could almost die the 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 rapper. I don't need a rapper. Don't worry. Mm. Yesterday. So low key, I'm just gonna use this by the way. So I'm gonna start and restart. When will I be free? Probably like later today. I might just like end stream in a bit because I look you gotta take a mental break. I'm like spent. And then I'll like do a final rush down to finish the hackathon stuff. But yeah, we're reaching a pretty good state. I have the project in like its pseudo final state for the hackathon. I also have what else about it? Um what else about this application? Yeah, I need to make like a blog about it. I also need to make a video, a demo video. I do that all the time, so that shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you guys have any last minute questions or stuff you want to ask me, now's the time because I might end stream in like 10 minutes. So just hit me up with that right now. Google Summer of Code. Oh. Mm, mm, the- mm. Replying to what? To Discord. Uh, more like I told you I'll be free like later today, so like probably like 10 p.m. or like tomorrow morning. Mm. Proposals receive 2,300, 220,000. Okay, this looks like a fire program, honestly. And it seems like everything here works perfectly fine. I'm just gonna upload an image and use that as a test. Time zone EST. So that would be that. You can just text me. I'll just respond to it eventually. Don't worry about it. Okay, so it's still there. So I think everything's working perfectly fine now. Do you think GSOC would be too difficult for you to do as a first year student? It shouldn't be too. It depends on the projects and stuff, right? So just like don't go into absolutely crush it, but go to like find like little nuggets that you can like actually do yourself, and then get those done. And sometimes you don't even have to solve the issue. You can just like go and try to produce the issue. There's a lot of bugs in open source projects that people just haven't found a way to reproduce. So if you can give like detailed information on it, hey, how do you reproduce this bug? What could be the possible issues causing this bug? That's good enough, honestly, right? You have a Google sheet on the probability of what orgs might come. Fire. Oh, okay. I might use these guys. Is there auth endpoint? API documentations, general, auth changes, rate limit, error codes, welcome, general. Where's the API? This is just changes, right? API reference, there it is. Accounts, and then authorization. Account data like account name, level, player UID, and more. So if I search for the player's username and their tag, I can get their UID and probably get their match data exactly from that, right? Match. So I think you can put match ID. So I'd have to do player, get the match list from the player, and then I would then use that to okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Dude, help me. My deploy has failed. Damn. The only problem is I just know how to contribute. If you don't know how to contribute, honestly, just start working on your own projects right now. Start like actually like building up like the skills needed to do stuff, and then you'll be able to get the rest of the stuff done. So yeah. Yeah, but apart from that, I'm about to head out, guys. So it was nice talking to you guys. We'll see you all in the next 2 days. Today's Monday, so Wednesday I'll be live on Wednesday, and I'll tell you how the hackathon project goes. Question mark. I don't even know, but yeah. Uh, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah, but I'll post videos tomorrow maybe. I have an idea for a video already, so I'll get that done tomorrow. But that's pretty much it, guys. We'll see you guys. GG's. Also, if you guys want to talk to me off stream, go to the Discord. The Discord is where I'm at off stream. But yeah. I accept your friend request. I already accepted your friend request. Don't worry about it. So yeah. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you guys. Toodles. Bye bye. All right, YouTube. You're getting booted out. Sorry.